some hostile therapy. Welcome, greetings, and happy new year to you hostile therapy fans out there. I'm Big Red, and here coming on the show for another episode was me, Alexa Page, and coming on the show as a guest this week or for this show is Chris Styles. How's it going, everybody?
Hey, everybody.
Doing good, brother. Good doing, Alexa.
Happy New Year's, everyone. I'm good. What's up, Chris? What's up, Red?
Happy New Year.
Yes,
Everything's
celebrate.
good.
Yeah.
I had me a plate of wings before I got on the live, so if I fall asleep, you carry the show, Lex.
A plate of wings.
A plate of wings, yeah.
Where are my wings? No.
You don't want to know where they're at right now. I can tell you where they're gonna be at in another couple hours, though.
I'm trying to eat healthy, though. So, it's all right.
They're healthy. They were baked.
Balance.
Salt and pepper. That's it.
See, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I drank some water with them, so that washes all the excess poison off of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when I post my food pictures, I always say, where's the discipline? Because I know people can't see it. But, like, if I post 3 tacos, the discipline is the 4th. So I have to put that on there. Where's
Stop
the
at
discipline?
4th.
Yeah, I'm not, there's a discipline. Where's the discipline on this plate? It's 2 tacos I usually would have ate.
That's true. It's not always what you eat. Sometimes it's sometimes how much you eat.
How much?
Where is the discipline?
Portion size.
Yeah,
Mhm.
you got to point it out to them sometimes.
All right.
Absolutely.
Chris Styles, I'm gonna get
Yes,
to you
sir.
right quick, man. Again, thanks for coming on the show. I want you to plug yourself right quick, man. You told me before we got on air, whatever, about your book, Open Wounds.
Yes, sir.
Could you go ahead and plug it? Tell us what the book is about, and tell us how we can get the book.
Cool. First, I want to thank you, Big Red, for having me on Hostile Therapy Show. You know
No
what I
problem,
mean?
man.
I watch and follow that. Definitely, look, Alexa, I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. I am a author, publisher, public notary, and this is one of my books that I have right now. It's called Open Wounds. And Open Wounds is a poet. I call it stoetry. It's poetry and stories mixed together. Just sharing some things in my life. And let me read you a little passage in the back of this book real quick.
Good.
Lost in the thickets of painstaking events, a young man struggled to find faith, balance, and himself at a time when his world continuously crumbled beneath his feet. Despite his best efforts to stay out of trouble and walk righteously, misfortune seemed to greet him at every turn. With mounting frustration, pain, and disappointment, what will he do? How will he respond? Is he sabotaging himself? Will he finally find himself and succeed or become another statistic? Find out by purchasing Open Wounds today.
Woo! Yes.
What's up? What's up?
I'm into
Shout out to the deep poem, deep story by Chris
Oh,
Styles.
yeah, absolutely. So right now, I am modifying the website, so the website is down. But you can also hit me on Facebook Messenger. You can reach me at authorchrisallen@gmail.com. Just send me an email stating that you would like a copy of Open Wounds. Open Wounds is $15. You can also find it on Amazon.com as well. But I would rather for you to contact me first, get 100% of the proceeds, so I'll be able to do what I need to do for future endeavors.
Okay. All right. That's cool. Cool. All right. And how long have you been, writing in the books, or whatever? You said you had more than one, if I heard you correct.
I have 3. Like I have a youth version of Open Wounds, and I have a guidebook that goes with these as well. So
Okay.
just trying to expand right now and get them as far as the educational piece, colleges, universities, boys clubs, youth clubs, group homes, things of that nature. DOJ, so that's what I'm working on right now, because it seems like when you put out good material, a material to help somebody, a lot of people don't necessarily want to buy it or purchase it. But if I put out something crazy,
They want it. Yeah.
some
Right.
shooting, and they would probably want that. So
Right.
I'm focusing my efforts in a different direction now.
Okay.
So what age group, youth wise, is it targeted towards?
Right now, the youth group is from, I want to say from 10 to 18, because
Oh.
18-year-olds are not necessarily they're not mature and ready to take on that adult responsibility at 18. No way.
No.
So the adult books are basically, anybody can purchase or get them, but I would just say that they are from age 19 on up.
Okay.
I still include age 18 as adolescents, just in my opinion.
It should go to 25, honestly, but go ahead.
Facts.
Well, you got a
For
point,
sure.
because I mean they say the brain does not stop developing until about 24, 25. So you have a point on that.
I told my son straight up, you got to 25. I don't care what nobody said.
Yeah.
That's
He's
right.
still at home. No, I'm not kicking you out at no dang 18.
Yeah,
Right.
because
Got to 25. Because I know.
and like from what I'm, gathering from who you are from this, meeting you, you've instilled a lot, but you can also give him time to develop, save, and when he get out on his own, he already had that nest egg, that cushion, that a lot of young males don't have. But that's why we have mentors and things of that nature as well.
Mentorship. Oh my gosh, that's so
That's-
important. But
Yeah, let's give him a clap for that, because we need more mentors in the street, helping our boys and girls out there. All right, so this is kind of interesting, because before we get into the main topic today, sometimes we go through a little other stories before we get to the main topic. Main topic today, if people haven't heard or seen the advertisement, is who has it harder in the dating world, men or women. That is the main topic, which we will get to eventually. First thing we're going to go into, though, this story kind of relates to what you're saying, Chris. This girl from Utah, I don't know. I think I showed you this story, Alex. I think I showed you this. This girl from Utah, what is her name? Whitney Leavitt, if I'm saying her name right. She got a little bit of controversy late last year, December last year, towards the end of the year, where she made this TikTok video. And you know what I'm talking about? And she made this video where she's dancing, doing some sort of dance or whatever, gyrating or whatever. And her baby is like sick, like in front of her, kind of just being still, looking like, like he's sick. And it was like,
help me.
Yeah. I'm gonna show you the video. I'm just trying to break down what the video is about before I show it to you. But yeah, she received a little bit of controversy about it. She was saying she was dancing on the video to remain positive about her son having this sickness. I'm gonna try to find what the name of respiratory syncytial virus, which is affecting his breathing. He's an infant, and she's doing this dance in front of the baby as he's just kind of laying there. And this was supposed to be done to help her stay positive. And let me show the video. Get a better understanding what happened. Yeah, that was it.
So, what's the problem with dancing?
And it wasn't even that bad, to be honest. It wasn't that bad. It's not like she had booty shorts on, twerking right by the baby. Like, come on.
The controversy is, all right, is this the right time to be setting up a camera to record yourself dancing? Not so much the dancing. I think it was taking the time to do it instead of just, I don't know, praying over the baby, holding the baby, talking to someone, talking to a mentor, your husband, boyfriend, or something about what could be done. Are you doing that just to get likes? Or are you really doing that to be positive? That was the controversy. It was like, why are you doing this right now? Would you be doing this if there was no camera?
I'm sorry, I got a problem with that. Like, is it the right time for somebody to not go crazy? Everybody has different trauma responses.
So you're saying that was crazy?
I'm saying that when you're keeping yourself from going crazy. And I can't sit up here, you know, I was guilty of it too. I was in a really bad car accident, and one of the girls in the car was hysterically laughing. And I mean, I wanted to fight her. I wanted to fight her because I'm thinking, like, are you seriously? Could not stop laughing hysterically.
Who's the girl?
And so I started researching.
Who's the girl?
Yeah.
Who's the girl? I'm saying, who's the girl in the story?
She's one of my friends, but you know, we were all on a trip, and we were in a van that literally flipped over 3 times. A van. And we were actually close to an overpass. Like if we would have flipped over a little bit later, we would have literally went over. So, you know, the whole thing was just crazy. And this is way like back, you know, this is like a youth group trip, okay? When I was like going to church 5 days a week, and we went to a youth group trip in Seattle, and one of the youth leaders did not want to stay overnight. We were supposed to stay overnight. We were fishing and crabbing on the dock. He didn't want to stay overnight. So everybody decided to just drive back home. It was only 30 minutes. But the thing is, we flipped like 3 times. And like, I mean, I had an OBE. That's how bad it was. I was like, it was a bad experience. And so long story short, when everyone got pulled out of the van, because, you know, it was like about to blow up and everything, I'm going crazy because I don't know if my little brother is out the van or not. And I'm like, I don't see him. So I'm thinking to myself, like, no, we're not going to stay away from the van. Like, I'm ready to fight these adults. Like, we're not going to stay away from the van until I know my, you know, and finally, like, right before I'm literally about to, like, start fighting one of the youth group leaders, they're like, he's down here. He's down here. He was shocked. He was actually one of the first people to get pulled out, and he just ran. So he ran like 2 blocks. But anyways, the girl I'm talking about was just like laughing. And I'm thinking to myself, like, is this a good time? Is this funny? You know? And that made me research why she would do that. And I found out that people have different trauma responses. Now, you afraid of losing your child or something like that? That literally like might push you over the edge. You don't know what she's already dealing with. This whole country is going through it. So it's just like, you know, that might be her response to just staying a little bit more sane before she actually loses it. And people need to, you know, they need to respect that. Oh, it's not the right time. No, you don't say what's the right time for somebody. It is the right time.
All right.
Yeah.
It's the right time.
Okay. Chris, what do you have to say about that, man?
Ooh. I would just say, I mean, the baby wasn't in danger. The baby was probably in his state or what he's going to go through at any point in time. It was a quick video. She wasn't twerking or showing up a JJ or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? So that, you know, that sometimes I know for me, even for me, like, you know, after a long week, sometimes I just want to go. I want to hear some music. I want to dance, or, you know, I just want to have a drink or something like that and just relax a little bit before I pick up the mantle and keep pushing forward. So I don't think anything, I don't know how or why, you know, people would look at that as being like, oh, you know, and go crazy about it. Because we all have our stuff. And I didn't see anything bad and negative about it, you know, because she has to deal with it every day. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So a little escape, a little something in between is good.
I will have to disagree. It's one thing to go and dance and go drink, go see a movie or something like that, whatever. I guess. Yes, people have their own ways of coping with certain things. But you can dance without putting on social media. You can dance on your own. Why did you feel the need you had to set up a camera and record it, edit it, you had to put captions on it and all that just for, are you doing it for likes? Would you have just done that in front of anybody? I'm just saying, if there was no social media, would she have just went to her family, just turned on that song and just danced real quick?
Nah,
They would have
I don't
thought she was
think so,
crazy.
bro.
She would have thought people would have thought she was crazy. If I just, if your child just walked in front of you, Chris,
Yeah.
and said, I'm feeling sad right now because my son is having breathing problems, and she just started dancing for, the song was probably about 10 seconds, I'm guessing, a little bit shorter than that, and just stopped, you would have thought she was crazy.
That's why she put it on social media.
In my younger years, yes, I'd have been like, something wrong with her. But in this day and age, it's a little different.
And we're doing it for strangers that don't care about you at all. They don't know you. But that's why I feel like you should. That's why I feel like you should. Yeah, we all have our coping mechanisms. Alexa, if you go dance, I have no problem with that. Or if you were to do some sort of dance to get your mind off of it, if you watch a movie to get your mind off of it, so you don't go crazy, I have no problem with that for a coping mechanism. I have a problem with you having to set up a social media and build it because you got to edit it and all that. I mean, you got to think about all this. I feel like you're taking, you're taking your mind off the baby, but you're taking your mind off for the wrong things. If social media wasn't around, would she do it like that? Like I said, and there's harmful ways you can cope with trauma too. Like I said, you can drink too much. People cut themselves. People get in fights. So I'm glad she did this instead of that. But just to focus on this, I felt like that was a little too much. That this is something she could have danced by herself or danced around her family, something. But to do all that, to put it on social media, I felt like that
you said yourself, but you said yourself that her family would think she was crazy. So sometimes people put things on social media just so they can get trying to get a positive response.
But that's better than that, because you also, with the positive response, you have to also deal with the negative response. So now she's also getting the negative. That's going to make her feel worse.
She didn't think she was going to get a negative. Trust me. When she did that, she did not think she was going to get a negative.
None of them ever do. So you're right about that. None of them ever do. It's just like,
I was going to say, good job, girl. You can deal with this. That's what she thought. That was her train of thought.
But that was some type of distorted thinking. Mm-hmm. But then again, with her putting captions and all that stuff in there too, that's a little extra. But I'm like,
she wants to be a YouTuber.
I mean, if you were a YouTuber, you were a podcaster or something like that. That's probably the norm. But
that's her gratification for anything, probably.
Yeah.
And that's
like that little boy. Where we about to eat at? That little boy.
Oh yeah.
His mom was posting him all the time, but now that little boy is passed.
Yeah.
Dang.
Now he's gone, and everybody knows his little funny videos. And she probably couldn't pay for the funeral if she hadn't been posting him. So when people gave, to the GoFundMe and everything, so she dealing with it, but people deal with it differently. I don't know.
Yeah, I just feel like it's just too far. Like, deal with it, but just don't search for. I hate for gratification to be got off of what strangers on social media will get you, because they don't really care about you whether you pass tomorrow or live tomorrow or not.
And everybody's not where
what you to give them
right here today. You understand?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's the sickness. Right. Those people that do that, they're already probably suffering from all kind of other mental issues. Mm-hmm. They're already suffering.
Could be.
And it's coming out. Like they're gonna pinpoint. That's like.
Mm-hmm.
For instance, and I'm not even gonna put no names out there. When my grandma passed, I have a cousin that was literally. This is not funny, yo. It's not funny. But I have a cousin that was.
You already laughing though.
I have a cousin that was legit calling people, leaving messages on a voicemail in her voice.
Oh.
Like right when she passed. Like, I'm back,
scary.
baby. I'm back. I'm just like, and it's like, are you serious? But I knew it was his coping. I knew it was his coping mechanism. I knew it was coping, but it was just weird. It's just like, because he did the voice so well, it shocked you. Like, like, oh my god, like,
yo, she calling me from the grave.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm back, baby. Put the greens on and put a cut in it. Like, it's just like, you don't do that, but
come on over my house, baby.
Yeah, exactly. It was weird, but it's like I knew for a fact how much we all love my grandma. So that's why I was like, that's the only way you can deal with it, because they used to prank my grandma all the time. She would cuss them all out. I was the favorite. They was the outsiders. So she loved all of us, but all the boys. They got it how they lived. They got it how they lived. So,
but I wonder why that is, Alexa. Is it because whatever she asked you to do?
Well, because I'm Pooh Bear. See, I'm Pooh Bear. I was always the favorite.
Okay.
The rest of them was just, extra grandchildren.
You were who we thought you was.
They were just hanger-ons. You were the best one, and the other ones were just the other 7 dwarfs. Huh?
I literally didn't ask, and that's why I can't apologize. I didn't ask for that position.
No need to ask what's already understood.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
We'll leave that subject there. So let's see, Alexa. Let me ask you a question. This is dealing with the next subject. What is the cheapest date you've ever been on?
Free, really?
Free? Like what you paid for the date?
Technically, it was negative. If you want to get the cheapest date,
he robbed you. Yeah, let me find. You got robbed on your date. You got robbed.
Couldn't pay for the damn meal. So it was like,
so he didn't go Dutch. He went Negro on you. Huh?
The car didn't go through, and it was just like, what the hell can you do? You got to pay for it.
Overdraft fees, man.
Somebody got to pay for it. I'm not going to run up out this restaurant.
Did you get a second date, or did he get a second date? I'm guessing no.
Honestly, I got to keep it real. It was in my, my little wild out period after I got divorced. So I was just going on dates. So I wilded out for about a good 6 months.
Try anything, all right?
Yeah, just going on dates. Now, let me refrain. I was not sleeping with everybody, but I was taking dates. Okay. I was accepting all
taking dates.
Yeah, I was accepting dates.
You dating me?
So it was crazy. But yeah,
I did the same thing.
What, after relationships? No, so yeah.
One come on. Jesus takes everybody, I'll take everybody too.
These are all walks of life.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Okay.
So that was the cheapest.
Let me see if. Oh, go ahead, Alexa. Go ahead.
I'm saying that's technically the cheapest because I had to end up paying.
Okay. Okay. Let me show you this guy up here. Let me see if you had anybody as bad as him.
Oh.
This is gonna be good.
Home because I know usually you don't like to go out when there's food in the fridge. How about we actually go out and eat?
All right, let's go and eat this.
But rather than going out to eat, Barry has discovered a way to go out and then eat.
It's gonna be good.
Driving for as little as 15 minutes can heat a car engine to temperatures of approximately 200 degrees, as hot as most stovetops. By cooking simple ingredients on the engine, he saves on home utilities like gas and electricity.
I'll cook that food on the car engine. Cooking eggs, sweetheart.
I know Barry, and I know how he is, and I don't know why I expected something more than this.
Gabriella hates my cheap ways, but she knows that's just how I am. I just love saving money. I love being cheap. That's just me.
You cannot be serious.
I'm sorry. I would have got violent. Don't do that.
I mean, that came from the heart, though. That you could survive with that guy. If The Walking Dead ever happened, he would find a way to find you a meal.
I'm gonna put on my non-violent glasses.
Your non-violent glasses?
Yeah, I'm gonna put them on right now.
That like the glasses they wear at shootouts or whatever.
I don't know, man. That would have pissed me off. Because the thing is, he could have just told her no. You could have just said no. Why you driving me all the way over here to piss me off this bad? Never mind.
That wouldn't have satisfied her. She would have still been pissed at that.
2022, and it's a new me. So I ain't even violent no more. But honestly, that that would have pissed me off,
Yo, listen, I was like, now, I don't know if we've done that before, but that's creative. But
that is.
I mean, that was really different. But I would have done that.
What show is that? Was that Extreme Cheapskate?
I think so.
So do you remember the episode that got a lot of attention where the girl let her dude have a Super Bowl party?
I didn't see that one.
The girl was a cheapskate. I wanted to fight her. I mean, it go both ways.
What did she
do? She had a Super Bowl party for her dude, and all his friends was over there, and she was like, she's like the most popular episode.
Wow.
Like she cooked the food in the dishwasher because it gets hot enough.
Huh?
Yeah, she makes like spaghetti. She put it she put it in the dishwasher so it can wash dishes and cook the lasagna at the same time. She has the light bulb.
I'm trying to understand. How did that? Okay.
You need to go look at it
How,
after this.
how hot does a dishwasher get? I mean, I'm
apparently hers got hot enough, and he had friends over for the Super Bowl, and if they have to use the bathroom, there's only one light bulb in the house at the time.
Like I did see that one now. Now you describe it. I think
and they got to take it from room to room, and they got to put the light bulb in there. She has an intercom, so you only take a shower for 2 minutes.
Well, at least she bought an intercom. That's
so you wash, and then you turn it off. You turn it off, you wash, and then you turn it on, rinse, and you're out.
Wow. Yo, ain't nobody getting nothing clean with that.
And she has like all this money in the bank. Wow. All this money in the bank, and just will not spend none of it.
And that's how Tyler Perry got rich.
No, it's not.
Saving money on wigs and clothes.
Listen, Tyler Perry was living in his car, and
exactly.
But because the only reason why is because nobody's coming to his place, and he said he was hungry, and he asked somebody for $20 to get some food.
But he could have got a job somewhere else though. But he saved by not doing that. So in a way, he's frugal, but look at him now. He's a billionaire. I think he's a billionaire.
I know that the damn queen, what do you call it, Prince Harry, whoever's over here.
Oh yeah,
him and Meghan had to actually stay with him. They didn't have no money when the queen cut him off, and they
got some money now. Come on now,
they cut him off. I'm telling you that
they still got money though. They ain't broke now.
They were broke.
They are not broke.
Interview?
They are me broke, but they are not broke.
They couldn't even get a place.
They couldn't get an expensive ass place, but they are not broke.
You know what, Alexa? I think the storyline when it hit the public made it seem like that. But anybody I know, even the cheapest and poorest people, have money. They're going to act like and talk like they ain't got nothing. But they had to have something from somewhere. I think they just used their stardom.
They couldn't live anywhere. I mean, just think about how many kidnappers. You got to think about the political part. Think about how many kidnappers would have loved to get his hands on the Prince of England. Come on. They can't live anywhere. They need big security. But so for them, they were broke. Now, not for Meghan.
For them, right. For them, they were
not for Meghan, but for Harry.
Yeah.
That was like the brokest he's ever been, because you got all these people like
less rich. We'll say that.
But they had a lot more that they could survive off on, but they ain't really. Wow,
you're not talking about
that's
surviving.
Crazy. I know.
You're just talking about just like your life is literally in danger if you don't have security. That's where he's at. He's a part of the royal family.
He made that choice too. He didn't make that money though.
When he made that choice to go ahead and marry her, and they excommunicated.
he married that black girl, the mulatto. I mean, she literally, they're not even dark. They just don't like the fact that she is what she is.
She is who she is, and she's not changing nobody.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
And he hates them anyways because of his mom. Because he's like, this is the same thing that drove my mom crazy. So of course he's gonna go against it. So I don't know, but they had to stay with Tyler Perry. That's what I'm saying. They had to stay with him, and they say they're rent free.
And you know what though, because he's able to do it, and I'm glad he took him in. I commend him for that. And I just hope that they will be able to get on a path where they can be able to go out in public and do things that they do and earn some money. But I still think that's foul of if that's your family, dog. Like
they don't care about that.
Yeah,
you don't cut them. You don't do that.
They're trying to keep that blood pure.
Exactly. They all crazy. Yeah. I hate to say it, they all crazy. They don't care about none of that. You got to follow the rules.
Right.
So let me ask you all this question real quick. So would either one of y'all would like to be a part or be a part of that family?
Hell no.
As black? No.
Hell to the no. I'm actually a descendant of Henry VIII. That's my great, like, it's traced up. And I just think about it like, I got all these people on, like, because I did the 23andMe, the DNA, I did all that. I did like 3 different tests. And on my grandmother's side, that's who it goes up to. And he is like one of the craziest ones too. They all inbreed. They marry each other. They marry each other's cousins. And they come out crazy as hell. That's what they do. So it's like, I'm not trying to clown. I ain't trying to clown, but a lot of dynasties did that. Not just England, Egyptians. They say King Tut had deformities because of incest.
Incest.
Yeah.
They trying to keep the bloodline pure, but it obviously ain't pure if they coming out looking like some dang orangutans.
Exactly.
West Virginia does that too. So,
yeah,
what do you mean Virginia does that?
West Virginia.
That's what inbreed?
Matter of fact, Kentucky, a lot of them places out there.
I'm not. I want to go to Kentucky. I ain't gonna say Kentucky.
Yeah. It's a lot of country folk. Tennessee.
Yeah.
There's too many people in the world. There's too many people in the world to ever have to marry somebody you're related to.
Yeah, but they want to keep it.
But to some degree, I think we may be all related at some point in time, for real. There ain't no cap.
People have to understand too. Before we got now, Alexa makes a good point. Yeah, now you shouldn't be doing that. But back then, when you didn't have traveling, you didn't have phones or whatever, you had to walk everywhere on foot, and to find someone different. Hell, go back to, if I really want to talk about that, go back to the beginning times where there was only a few people. How do you think the population spread or whatever? You had to intermingle with your family until it got so spread out, and then you had distant cousins.
Well, I mean, at least there was cousins. But you know what? I was just talking to my son about this. He don't realize that Abraham did not lie. When he said Sarah was his sister, he didn't lie.
Right.
It was his half sister. Because he didn't want to get killed because, you know, he had a beautiful wife and he knew that the Pharaoh was going to kill him and take his wife. So he asked her, say you're my sister. But he didn't lie. That actually was his sister. So I'm just like, what the heck? Yeah, they just had different moms. Crazy.
How we get on this from cheap dates?
I know. Right?
We talk about cheap dates. How do we get
all the way around the block? Okay, now you got to bring it back.
In order to stay away from cheap dates, you just got to stay in incest in the family. Don't go to no outsiders. Just forget about it.
But you know, Red, Alexa, even a cheap date could be, you know, just take a walk in the park, man. That's free.
And I don't think it's cheap. That's not cheap. It's either meaningful or not meaningful. There's no price on it.
Right. See,
if that day costs $1 million or free, is it meaningful?
Right.
Meaningful has value. Right.
That's it.
For sure.
So how meaningful?
That's my heyday, please. I love running up them bills. I ain't gonna lie.
How meaningful?
Just feeling like, oh, girl, let me screenshot this dinner bill to you.
How meaningful was it for him to cook that food on a truck engine?
He did not put time or thought into the date. That's why I don't like it.
He put thought into it. He just didn't put value behind it. That took a lot of thought to cook food on an engine. He didn't have value behind it.
I didn't know how to do that.
I would never thought.
There's a lot of places, if you Google and research, because I used to tell this to single moms and, you know, struggling moms. There's a lot of places that they have free days, like museums, you know, different places, like, you know, they have free or cheap days. Like if you're in that county, you can show your ID. You can go to an art museum. So if you're in a bad time or you're struggling financially, you know, as a single mom or even as a whole family, you can still go out and do things.
Right.
Yeah.
You just got to swallow your damn pride and go on them days.
Well, the danger with him is he's going to think of free days in another manner. He's going to think of, well, this place has free food, the homeless shelter. Let's go on a date here and eat some free food.
Look, if the food is slapping.
But you know,
I used to work at a homeless shelter, and sometimes the food be slapping.
They do, sometimes.
Yeah, be slapping. I give me a plate after we serve everybody too. Like shit, let me get sit down too. The food is slapping. I know I cooked it.
That's how you would know if a chick is down to earth or not.
Did she go eat at a homeless shelter?
I mean, it was a joke, but
listen, if you try to test somebody, test them.
Good thought,
but the truth is like you know dang well if you can afford something better, and then you got to know the person's love language. Mm-hmm. Their love language. If their love language is gifts,
I'm hungry,
you know, or whatever. I'm a Taurus.
Seymour.
I'm a Taurus, and my love language is physical things. But you know, you got like lots of love languages. That might not be everybody else. Thanks. I want to see an item in front of me, but I don't want any item. I want you to put thought into it.
He had to go look up. He had to go Google the homeless place. What do you mean? He put some thought into it. It might be like 5 of them. Like, this one got a 4-star rating. How they treat me. Let me go to this one.
If you ever Google a homeless place, what you eat Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday? This is where we eat.
Right. When you free?
Hell,
how clean is the water there? You know,
you
got to think about all these things.
I would have never thought of that, done that. And I'm so transparent that they would have known, like, look, I ain't got no paper like that, but you know, I can go to the grocery store. We can pick up a few things. I come back, I can cook. This and that, the third. Hey, we can watch some movies, or we can go wherever or do something. But just the whole date, we ain't going to Ruth Chris or one of these other places out here. Now
I keep hearing about that. Is that a good place? I've never been there, but I keep hearing people Ruth Chris. Like, is that like up there? You know, I'm from the Northwest, so I've never even heard of it. Like,
it is. They cook very good steaks.
Okay.
They cook very good steaks if you decide that you want to have that. You know what I mean? It's
Ruth Chris.
Very good.
Okay. I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to treat myself one of these damn days. But real talk, it's just you got to put thought into it. It can be free, because honestly, I'm frugal as hell myself. I really am. And then some people don't like that because it's like I'll spend twice as much as somebody on something I think is important,
right?
And half as much if I think it's not. Like if I really want to go to a Broadway show because I want to see that show, then I'll damn pay top dollar for it. But I'm not going to go and, you know, pay for this that I know is low quality, you know, some low quality food. Or if the budget is off a little bit.
And I know I got a friend that's box.
Well, I mean, I got a friend that's like, there's this food bank or whatever. They're getting too many donations and not enough people are coming. And we're giving it to churches. Do you want a box or something? You think I'm gonna be too proud to say, bring that damn box? I mean, it's going to go to waste. It's literally going to be food waste. Right. Like we waste so much food in America, it's not even funny.
It's ridiculous.
Nah.
And you can Google dumpster divers right now, and guess what? It's like a group of doctors and brain surgeons. They go out together for fun, and they go to grocery stores, and they dumpster dive for their groceries. And these are doctors.
Wow.
Google it. You will be surprised. These are people that make 6 figures and up.
Yeah, I'm not diving dumpster.
Well, they're special dumpsters. It's like only for so-called expired food. Mm-hmm. So there's no trash or nothing in it. You know, it's like for grocery stores. So there's no trash, nothing, but just like cases of food. So a lot of it's packaged up.
Dang.
It's packaged up. And it's like,
it's crazy because, Alexa, I feel like they could be diverting, taking this food to feed the homeless or giving them to the, you know, but they don't do that.
They legally can't.
Why?
They can't, because if somebody gets sick, that person can sue them for $1 million.
Exactly. Yep.
So they have to throw it away.
Yeah.
They have to.
I didn't even think of that.
Yeah,
they have to throw it away, which is sad. But you know, that's why they have a special dumpster. Because they know that people do that. They know people dumpster dive. So it's like they know where the food is. If you want to take the risk and, you know, eat this expired food, sometimes it's meat that's like freshly packed, 1 day old.
Wow.
And so Google it. You know what I'm saying? But the dumpster is clean. It's not like a regular dumpster.
Okay.
I'm not going to convince y'all to go dumpster diving, but I'm saying it makes sense because it's a lot of food waste. It's a lot of food waste. I do it. Shit. I mean, if I had to, I'd do it. If I was like struggling and I didn't have enough, and I knew that there was like a clean dumpster that had food, please.
Oxymoron, clean dumpster.
Yeah. Dumpster juice. I'm gonna take a bath in there.
Drink that
no
too.
Trash. It's like no trash. Like I swear, it's like pure expired food.
Take your date on there. Like, girl, this is some good meat. That meat's only expired by 2 days, girl.
That's what they say. That's what they say in the video.
Shoot.
Like Google the video when you get off of this tonight. You're gonna see they that's what they do. They look at the dates because sometimes they leave it.
I see somebody doing that with some bread at the house. Girl,
but when it's just expired, it's
cut the mold off of that bread.
Girl,
and make some good toast with that bread. Just cut a little bit of that mold that's on the end. There you go. Toast it. That ain't
not
no
bread. You can't do it with bread, but with canned goods, you know. Canned goods, meat that was frozen and it's still frozen.
I've done it. It's pancakes, waffles or something. Got a little bit of mold on it. You just cut the part with the mold off. Keep it moving.
You're not supposed to do that with bread.
Ain't, but I do.
I'm just saying. You can get sick.
So my immune system's so strong now. That's why COVID couldn't take me over.
The whole
thing, worse things than COVID, baby. What are you talking about?
When the whole thing is, when it's bread, the whole thing is bad. The whole thing. Now you can do it with cheese.
See, do you think Prince Harry would do that? See that when you broke, that's the things you do. You cut that mold off and you eat the rest of it. That's why I said Prince Harry ain't broke.
Prince Harry would do it. Prince Harry would do it for experience.
He ain't learned that yet.
Mm-hmm.
He would be like coming to America, huh? Get the experience. Go work at McDonald's.
He'd be like, what would you know about this?
Yeah, no, exactly. Rich people, they want to experience brokenness. Ain't that crazy?
Yeah.
They want to experience brokenness, or they want to experience the hood.
That's why I make that movie was so good, because it's seen from a rich person's view, coming to America, that is, trying to live as a poor person. It's like they're like a fish out of water.
I remember working on a cruise ship. We went over rough seas and nobody could cook that night. So the guests had to eat cold cuts, cheese and everything. And I swear to God, that was the happiest I seen them get. That was the happiest I seen them. When they couldn't get an exquisite meal and we up here trying to survive, rocking, everybody seasick, everybody throwing up everywhere. And you got some people down there just having a ball. And I'm talking about these people like bread it out for real. And they're eating cheese, crackers, and this is great. And I'm thinking like, this is great. Are you serious?
Yeah.
To each his own.
Because it was easy. Right?
Yes.
It was because it was different.
Yeah.
When you used to people waiting on you head and foot, and they give you an announcement, no room service, no dinner, no nothing. If you can even eat tonight, because the seas were so bad, we went over the Bering Sea. Seas were so bad. Come and eat these cheese and crackers and meats. And that's what they did. Having a good time down there.
Hanging out, going like this. Lead with it, rock with it.
Exactly. Even that one crazy ass motherfucker on the back of the dang bow screaming at God. Like, what the hell? Oh, wow. Like screaming, come on, mother. I'm just like, dude, you got some mental problems.
He had one of those moments in the movie with
Forrest Gump.
Yes.
That's exactly how he was acting. That's how he was acting.
Oh, wow. Lieutenant Dan.
Yeah.
Lieutenant Dan, yeah.
That's how he was acting. He was on the back of the ship doing that, screaming at the sky when we had this big storm.
No, I'd have been chilling.
If your partners could see you now.
Please.
I'm like, if your business partners could see you now, that's what I was thinking.
Right. Fool in the back.
Let's get into the next subject. Okay, this one's a little bit more hostile when we talking about hostile therapy. So this woman, I'm not sure what her name is, but she made a video talking about the status of today's woman and how it works with getting today's man. Let's hear what she got to say.
All these bitches believe is that all they have to do is go get a new ass or some titties or put on a motherfucking waist trainer or you know, put on a fucking girdle from their fucking neck all the way down to the fucking tippy of their fucking tippy toes. If all you bitches, and let me just be honest with you, if all these bitches is looking the same, then what makes you stand out from the rest? Don't tell me, bitch, because you can shake your ass and twerk it longer than the next bitch. Is that real fucking talent? Is that real fucking skill? Y'all bitches is putting on waist trainers and motherfucking cinching your waist in this big and shit, but your motherfucking shoulders is broad as a bitch. Trying to convince everybody that you doing it for yourself. Well, I did all my enhancements for me. Well, bitch, your page don't look like you did it for you. First of all, confidence is silent. It appears to me that a lot of you bitches is desperate. That's what it fucking look like. This is why niggas go through all you fucking bitches. I'm just being honest with you. Cause bitch, you ain't no motherfucker different than the next bitch. He can get you 900 times over. So what the fuck makes you so goddamn special? And this is what you females need to understand. But y'all wearing the same motherfucking makeup and the same motherfucking lace front wigs. What makes you so motherfucking different, bitch? All y'all bitches is in fucking uniform. Y'all in motherfucking uniform. All y'all look the same. All y'all doing the same fucking shit. And you wonder why niggas don't take you fucking seriously. Y'all gotta blame yourself for that. Y'all gotta blame yourself. Stand out, bitch. Want something different. And see, the thing is that once that novelty wear the fuck off, nigga wanna peel back some layers and he wanna know, bitch, what makes you so motherfucking special that I will consider you for a life partner? And of course it goes both ways, but right now I'm gonna speak to you fucking females. And this is what I need you millennials to understand. Don't get caught up in that bullshit. Don't end up like your auntie and your motherfucking mother and grandmother and shit. Be a side bitch the rest of your fucking life. All right? You want to make a wife at some point in motherfucking time. Being honest with you, I'm not talking about a motherfucking baby mother. That's what a lot of y'all aspire to be these days. All y'all look forward to is a fucking gender reveal, bitch. Well, let me reveal reality for you. You ain't nothing motherfucking special. How about that? Here's a motherfucking pink and blue fucking confetti for your ass. And don't get me wrong, there's bitches out here that's being chosen every day. But you gotta think about the quality of the man that's choosing you. And just because a nigga make you his wife, it don't mean he treating you as such. Okay? A lot of these bitches got rings, but they still getting treated like whores.
Oh, I forgot to tell everybody. There's gonna be cursing in video. I'm sorry, I'm too late.
No, it's too late. Look, we ain't worried about that.
Right. She went in.
She was spitting.
She went in.
All right, Chris, I'll let you go first on this one. Did she have a point on? And we're not saying that's every woman. We're talking about generalities when we're talking about this. Did she make a point in her speech?
Yo, bro, she made so many points. That was amazing to me. Your uniqueness, your character, personality, and who you are, not being a part of the whole or being a cookie cutter type of chick, that made so much sense. Because I never wanted anybody who was a part of the fold, put it that way. Never. I might have dated somebody in the fold. It was almost like entertainment or, until something else came along. But some of the parts that she was saying is actually, she was spot on. Like, wow, that was amazing. Not even just for the uniqueness, but even for the quality of guy that she spoke about. Talk about, like, who are you getting involved with? How is he really looking at you? And how are you presenting yourself? Because one thing that I know when we talk about dating or getting a woman or something like that, there's a precedence that starts. If a guy is giving her gifts in the beginning, he's doing all this stuff, taking her out 2-3 times a week, 4 times, and they're going on every night. That's a precedence you started. She's going to expect those things, right? So if you're dating somebody and y'all get together, we talk about this precedence. She's dressed this certain way all the time. She's doing all this. She got the makeup on. She's looking good. She this and that and the third. You never seen her without makeup on, or you never seen her on a bad day, or a day she just want to chill. She want to do sweatpants, sweatshirt, and just relax and chill. He gonna be mortified, bro. So I'm just saying that I always look at things in a balanced aspect. Yeah, sometimes, put it on. I don't necessarily I'm more a natural dude, but if that's what you have and you're a good person, you're a quality person, I can rock with that. But there has to be some type of balance and uniqueness. There has to be a place where we can come together to join. Like, we gotta be in a place of I think Alexa made a point earlier. She's talking about its quality, its value. It ain't just wham bam, thank you, man, I appreciate you. All right, you out the door. I ain't never gonna call you again. That type of situation. So that's what I'm gonna have to say about that. But she made some amazing points. I was trying to capture all those in my head, but I was like laughing and tripping so hard over here. Like, yo, she's spitting. That's what I got about that.
Oh shit.
Alexa, what you got to say about that?
Oh, I got something to say. You know what? Honestly, I'm gonna keep it real. There's so many different points you made that I agree with, but the first thing I do want to point out before I make my points is that woman is angry, and I guarantee you, she's dealing with somebody or has dealt with somebody who literally is with them type of women she's talking about. And I'm telling you this from example. I know the anger. I know that voice. I know that tone. So even though she's spitting truth, she's really mad because somebody she cares about is doing all that. Somebody she cares about doing all this. And this is coming from a woman who was with, I was married to someone in that industry. So, when you get these booty magazine, but they always want their girl to be natural. They want their girl to be, this, their girl to be that. And so, it's a conflict of interest for me because honestly, like, I post pictures all the time, no hair, makeup, nothing, just skin, because I'm always about take care of your skin first, But the thing is, I am a makeup artist. That's like my damn bread and butter. I mean, it's not the only thing I do and have done, but like, I could get written up. Like, when I used to work at a counter, I don't work at a counter anymore. I just do freelance now, thank God. But when I did work at a counter, you come there without full makeup, you can literally get written up or sent home. Or if they're nice, they'll tell you, go in the bathroom and put some damn makeup on. Because this is what we do. Makeup is $1 billion industry. So my thing is just, you have to realize that everyone is not doing it because of this. Some people are in the health industry and they want to show that, your body can go from this to that. Don't always think that someone is just insecure. And for me personally, like during the times I was single, I'm not going to lie to you. Like, I was freaking hurt. Like, I was hurt to the damn point where I don't even want you to know the real me. I want you to see whatever persona I give you and think I'm whatever and right the fuck along. So you got to understand that there's women out there like that. You don't find out 2 years later that, oh, you had your own business. Oh, you wrote books before. Oh, you had a youth program. Oh, you did this. You didn't ask me. you assume this, and you assume this, and I let you assume it.
Right. Wow.
Why you blowing me up now? You didn't ask me all that. We had a great time moving right along. So, that's all I'm saying. Every woman don't want to be immediately wifed up either.
Right.
The shit y'all be putting us through, like, damn. Like, wow, are you serious? Like, give me some damn time in between. Like, yeah, let me just be free for a minute. Because I mean, yeah, like, yeah, you can't go from these things, serious relationships, serious. No. After you've been like, do this and that and that and that and that, you don't even want nobody to even look at you seriously. Mm-mm. You literally just want to just be free-minded. Be free-minded and not have okay, and not worry about it. Like, let me just chill out. Go ahead, look at me as a sex symbol. Go ahead, look at me as a fine ass girl or whatever. Look at me like that, because I really don't even want to invest the time or energy. And so that is what I think people like her need to realize. Mm-hmm. Women ain't messing up. Oh, she just messed up the chance to get married. Who the hell wants to be married all the time?
The ones that are actually going for the relationships are.
I'm talking about in between, but a lot of people are in between relationships from fuckboys. So
yeah,
after you deal with a fuckboy, it's like you don't even like give me some time. Like, let me want to be married again. You know,
fuck boys and fuck girls.
Well, yeah, too. I know why it goes both ways. But
that's
when you
the end result, though, of every relationship is to try to get married. Most, not every, but most are working towards that. Most are not in there just to be in a relationship for nothing, or at least be cohabitants of one household.
All I'm saying is this: women been through a lot, and guys too. But I'm saying women go through so much. I think these wholesome, natural truth talkers, they need to realize that everybody don't want what you want, and you just need to accept that.
Those people, though, that's what she's talking about.
Well, but the thing is, it's like some people tired. Some people tired of giving their all over and over and over and over and over again just to get shitted on.
Right. Yep.
Some people are tired of that. It just is what it is.
Done that. Yeah.
I'm just saying, it is what it is.
That's real talk.
Okay.
For sure.
Chris and Alexa, let me ask y'all a question. Have either one of you ever bought a lemon car?
Yes.
Yes.
You have? Okay.
Yes.
To me, that's what she's pretty much trying to give the message out how some of these women are. They're doing all these things, getting the hair, the enhancements, and all that, and the inside is all fucked up. You go get a car from a car salesman. They tell you how great the car runs, ain't got no mileage on it. Air conditioning works great. Look, you buy it, you take it off the lot because what the car salesman told you it looked like. It looks all shiny. They clean the rims and the tires and everything. When you drive it off the lot, it breaks down 2 weeks afterwards. And that is what all these enhancements are to most guys. Is you're making yourself look presentable. You're catching our eye, but then what else do you have? Are you any good after we drive you off the lot? And that's what a lemon is. And if you have no other qualities about you besides the physical, they'll have you for a while, but then after a while, it's going to break down, and then they're going to go their separate way and then look for something else. Now, I think that's the issue. I think with some women, how they look at it is like, well, my guy left me for somebody else that had this bling enhancement, pretty face, maked up, or caked up or whatever, and they look at it as like, well, shoot, he left me for something else that looked pretty, but is he gonna stay? What's the intent? Is the intent he's gonna be with her for long term? A lot of these models or Instagram models or video models or whatever, they're not married long term. They may get wifed up. Some of them, is probably a small few to get wifed up. They may get in a relationship with these guys, but they don't last too long because after the makeup comes off at night, as Chris pointed out, and they may be mortified. What else do you have to offer? Are you cooperative? Are you romantic? Are you a nurturer? Do you have any of those qualities? So you can have all those things you want to. That's gonna get your foot in the door. No, really, what are you gonna do once I'm in the house?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I appreciate what she is saying. To me, she is saying, and she spoke a little bit about guys too. It goes both ways. What else do you have to offer besides what I can see? That's physical. That I can, from visual, whatever. What else do you have besides a picture? Because picture, it gets old after a while. Chris, I don't know if you care about your age, be throwing your age out there, but you are you're not a 20-year-old anymore, but you have seen some things with women that probably excite you, that probably don't excite you the same way as it did when you were a 20-year-old, because you've seen it, and it's gotten old, and you need more.
Right.
It just doesn't do the same thing. Same thing with me, and probably the same thing with women too. There's some things you've seen as a teenager or as a 20-year-old that used to excite you in just any aspect. It don't excite you anymore. You need more. And to me, that's what I got. The message I got from her is like, you got to be able to offer something else. Once we sit down, once we have conversations, whatever, it can't be just about your ass. It can't be just about your chest, because I can't talk to your chest, but for so long, it's not going to talk back more than likely. But I need to know what's in your mind, what's your intellect, what you want to do for the future. And that's what's going to make a long-term relationship, marriage, whatever, not what kind of enhancements, what kind of makeup you put on yourself, because all that's going to come off or sag down to your knees eventually anyway. What else do you got for it?
Not to your knees.
Sometimes. Unless you got like cheese or something, small ones.
I mean, honestly.
Talk about, go ahead, Les.
No, you go ahead, because I'm going to say what I'm going to say after you done. Go ahead.
Okay. See, a lot of times what got me caught up is quote unquote the representative. And the representative has some sweet things, not only physically, but they get you there first. But when you get emotionally invested in somebody through drama, trauma, or familiarity with something that you might have had experience in life, they might have experienced the same things, and you thinking you can build on this familiarity when it's actually a minus. Where I did not know that. So I'm thinking, because we have both had these experiences, we're not going to carry this into our relationship. It's going to be honesty, it's going to be trust, it's going to be blah, 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 blah. And, although we might not got much together, we're going to fight, we're going to build, we're going to do this and do that. And the expectations, it was the opposite of what I thought, what I projected, what I believed in. That's what really, at the end of the day, it hurt the relationship, because the person could not duplicate or live up to what we talked about, whether it was pillow talking, we on dates, we whatever. They wasn't able to live up to that. So it was basically spitting game, they lying to get out of a situation that they was in to get out of that. Now I've seen that a few times in my life. Like, damn, I was really, I was a knight in shiny armor, taking them out of their situation to put into a better situation, but they still brought that baggage, that hurt, that pain with them, which ultimately destroyed the relationship, because where I was hopeful and where I had love, I'm sure they had love too, but what they mirrored, and I mirrored back at them, what they were throwing back at me, so it destroyed the relationship. Does that make sense, bro? Alexa, does that make sense?
It makes perfect sense. But one thing you said that really, really sums it all up is baggage. We're living in a day and age where people are broken. They come from broken families. They coming from broken lives. So you talk about buying a limit card. Like, you got to be a damn near mechanic for your relationship to work. You got to be a mechanic. You already know that this girl is coming in here by motherfucking polar. Okay, she's coming in the door bipolar because she
said she's coming in the door bipolar.
Yes,
she's coming in the door because I'm just saying, after you've been to 2 or 3, like, especially in your 30s, after you're in your 30s, trust me, you done had so much heartbreak that it's at the point where you just literally bracing all the time.
Too many wrecks, huh?
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, it's like, you got to understand that these people, and it's same thing with the guys. But the thing is, unfortunately, and I'm just going to put this out there, especially in our community, they don't believe in counseling. They don't believe in talking about stuff. They don't believe in premarital counseling. You know, and to me, I feel like you don't even have a fighting chance.
Wow.
After you've been divorced once, or even after you've had a child with someone, if you don't go to premarital counseling, you literally don't have a fighting chance. Because after that sugar cone wear out, like you said, that personal representative, okay?
Yeah.
You suck an M&M long enough, you suck a Skittle long enough, and it's gonna be the same color, and you not gonna know what flavor it is until you start chewing that damn thing up, okay? Oh, this is great. Oh, this is scary. Exactly. But you suck them long enough. And matter of fact, M&M's had a package. Remember back in the day? They had imposters. Do you remember that? M&M's had this contest going on. They were all white.
I remember that.
They were all the same color, and it was called imposters. I'll never forget it because that's what we're dealing with right now, imposters. You know, like I tell people straight up, and that's why I'm glad because you know, like even in my dating days, like I tell people straight up, look, I got damn all kind of like if you're not willing to do the work with me, I promise you it's not gonna last.
No.
And I keep it real. If you're not willing to do the work with me, it's not going to last.
The difference is because you were transparent. You came in the forefront and put it out there. You put your cards on the table.
I do.
Whereas other people, they're gonna sit back, they at the table, but they ain't put nothing out there. But they want you to put everything out there.
They want to be bought, just like that lemon card.
Yeah. So that's I commend you for that because I've always been that way.
Yeah,
I'm transparent as you see me here.
I got a lot to offer now. I'm not just a hot mess, but my point is, I'm not just. That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, I got a lot to offer. Like, I could, I got business skill. I got, whatever. I'm a homemaker, believe it or not. Some people meet me and literally not even realize I'm literally a homemaker. Like, I like freaking keeping shit together. Like, I like cooking, and it's weird, but I like that shit. I like cooking. I like cleaning. I like folding clothes. Weird. So a lot of women don't think that's something to do, but I enjoy it. And so for me, like I tell people, like I'm not gonna sit up here and pretend like I'm just the package. Like I've been through a lot of crap. I really have. So of course, common sense gonna tell you it's gonna affect me. My thing is, where's the mechanics? Where are the mechanics?
Mechanics, I guess, would be the counseling, I guess.
Well, but both have to go. It can't be you go get help, honey.
Yeah.
No,
I'm saying if it's your issue, I'm saying then that's something you probably got to go with.
No, that means that
you get a relationship.
If you want your relationship to work, then both of you.
You don't wait until you get into a relationship to start doing something. You
it's an ongoing thing.
Yeah, but you do it before. You don't wait until you get in it, though.
That's true.
But you shouldn't, though. I'll say it that way. You shouldn't wait.
That's true, but the man is also going to have some issues too. So it's like you have to find out how are these puzzle pieces. These puzzle pieces going to come together, because if you just act like, oh well, you're more messed up than me, so you go ahead and go to counseling and you deal with that. Like, dude, you do not realize that you got some issues too.
Yeah,
you don't see the damn issues that you got. Like, are you serious? Wow. Like, you don't see that you're a part of this too. You're a part of this equation. And if one person is lacking, only take one hole in the boat for it to sink. So I'm saying is we all in this boat together. Like, it don't matter who you feel like it got the most problems. If we are in this thing together, then everybody needs to be a team effort.
Facts. Yeah.
Because it's going to fail. And I mean, look at Beyonce and Jay-Z. I know they a celebrity couple, but let's just keep it real. I did a lot of study on her. And I'm telling you right now, the reason why they so-called power couple is not because they're perfect. It's because they committed. It's because they committed.
Right.
Yeah.
They committed to not giving up. Period.
Yeah.
He done cheated on her. She done cheated on him. Her dad done had outside kids, So it's like it's you have to be on the same page with that person. And yeah, she's a damn sex symbol, but guess what? She's also a smart business person and a billionaire. So her and her
she's human.
But my thing is they're on the same page. That's it. You just got to be on the same page.
But do you think she would have stayed with him if he only made $5,000 a year or $10,000 a year? That money helped out a little
bit. It helped out, but
a lot actually. I think it helped out a lot.
Well, if you look at their actual history, her going solo had a lot to do with him. And honestly, it's not even just about, how much money they make. It's about the fact that, yeah, I hear you, girl. I mean, I'm about to make my point. So it's not about how much money they make. It's about the fact that they decided that they were going to do this together. They was not going to, let anything come between them. She had to fire her own dad. You know how hard that is? So, it's like they went through stuff together that people won't understand. They're never going to understand it that way because they look at it like, oh, they lucky, they got money. You don't know they still going through the same crap. Yeah. They still going through heartbreak.
Right. They're still human.
They're still going through crap. I mean, I can't speak on stuff because I wasn't there, but I know people who worked for them. They slept in different rooms for I don't know how long. So it's not like we just don't see it. We just don't see that. Right. But they still going through. There ain't no money going to take away the shit you go through in a relationship. Ain't no money.
One thing I will tell you, Alexa, is that at the end of the day, and I think that's where how a lot of my relationships got built. I stripped down. Even if I had more money than her, or she made more money than me, I'm removing that aspect of it. Who are we as friends? Mm-hmm. Who are we as we built this relationship together?
Right.
I'm not going to say that anybody needs to because, we've been dancing together for 5-8 years or whatever like that. Sometimes we move and grow different. Just because we got paper or we got these things going on, this and the third, yeah, we can keep them together. But if we don't fix what's going on in here, or we don't fix what's going on with each other, something's bound to go fucking wrong. Point blank.
Friends.
So we talk about, I'll always go back to the friendship of things, to where we was before we even touched. How can we move in that aspect to figure out what the hell was going on and not judge or look at me or you or Red or Alexa in a different way, knowing when you came into, they already put that stuff out on the table. Now you look at them different. You said something important, but the aspect for me, a lot of times, a lot of chicks lied. They lied to me about a lot of different things, or didn't say this was going on and how this is going to be, but they wanted me. But when I found out certain things, or this and that and the third, it's like, yo, you could have came to me and told me that. You could have came to me and said whatever that was. We could have moved past that. But because you didn't do that from the jump, now I got to cut you because it was manipulation and control in that whole situation. And as transparent as I am, I'm not going to allow certain things in any relationship to have, for whether it's male friendships, business, whatever it is. If I see something and I see it going on, or something that I don't condone or whatever like that, I'm going to check you. Period. And I feel they should do the same for me. If I do some things, it's like, okay, all right, let's rock from this point and let's do what we're going to do and move forward. But that's not how the world works. But that's what I was raised on in the world. And that messed me up.
Well, you said it, friendship. I mean, the first sign when you don't feel like you're friends anymore, that should be when you start doing damage control. Don't wait till you, what's that damn movie with Angelina Jolie and the husband and wife that was trying to kill each
Mr.
other?
and Mrs. Smith.
Yeah, don't wait till you get to that. Don't wait till you get to that point. Because a lot of people, they wait till they get to the point where they're that bad. My thing is, as soon as you stop joking, if y'all used to clown together, whatever y'all thing was, as soon as you stop doing that, you should start saying, As soon as it stop being conversations.
Let me ask you all this question then. Okay, our grandparents, maybe our parents too, great grandparents, and further down the line, Do you think they were friends when they got married?
A lot of
Do
them
you
know.
think it was done maybe out of necessity? Because I think more so people got married out of necessity. Uh, the father went to. I'm sorry, the husband went to the father. Say, I think I could be a good husband to your daughter. I have this job. I have this land, or whatever. I would like her to be my wife because I think she'd be good for help me raise kids, good for the household, good for me as a husband. Do you think most of them were friends or even best friends?
Probably not
Nah,
at
dog.
first.
You think they just
And
learned to become that way?
yeah, because that's the way things were done. Like you said, it was like they came to the parent, a lot of times. And then you got to look at our culture. We're still recovering. We're not that far even removed. Like my dad drank from a segregated fountain. So we're not that far removed from trauma as a culture. So you got to think about like when it's time to survive, like our families were in survival mode. Society is different now. A woman can go get on Section 8 and get welfare and everything else, and they'll give it to her as long as a man is not in the house. So we living in a different time, We live in a different time. And it's sad that, a lot of our men don't see that. They don't see that the system is not rigged to have a successful urban family. It's rigged to not do that. So you have to see past that. And when it comes to, like, for instance, the men in my family, because, I got 1,000,000,001 cousins that are boys, and then I grew up with mostly boys, my brothers. So they're struggling, because the thing is, like, we grew up with, my mom cooking and everything, and then, and today women are just like, well, when I do all that, why would I do all that? And it's like, well, because food is good, and everyone likes to sit down and eat together, and it, to me, it's sad because it's like I want my son to feel that love. Like I know right now he's gonna have a hard time. He's gonna have a damn hard time finding a woman. I hate to say it because he's spoiled. He's spoiled. So once he realized, like all his little friends, I want to go to McDonald's. I want to. Once he got old enough to realize the difference in taste, he don't even really eat fast food no more. And he's not even 14. He literally doesn't even eat fast food. He used to want McDonald's just for the toy. And people are like, you got him spoiled, girl. I know I don't got him spoiled. I'm trying to teach him, but I'm also going to train him to be a good man. I'm not going to sit here and just be like, you need this and that, and a woman should do it. No, you need to also be a good man. You need to be worthy of that woman, whatever the dynamic is. Hell, y'all might be a business couple together. She might be a homebody. Long as you don't belittle her for being a homebody. Because some dudes, they look at that as the upper hand. Financial abuse. That's the real thing. Financial abuse. They control every dollar. Oh, you pissed me off last week. You ain't getting your nails done this week. So, you can't do shit like that either.
Training day.
That's what I'm saying. Some dudes use that as the upper hand. That's not cool either. So, it's just, you got to find that person that
I was able to express with my daughters too that, all I want you to do first, don't have no kids, experience life, travel, and just get to the point where you at peace with yourself, you good, okay, I'm gonna carry the family name on, blase, and get with somebody that's good for you, that compliments you, and vice versa. But don't always look just because somebody have or got something. That shit ain't yours. It's not yours. So whether you get with that person or not, they can alienate or cut you off at any damn time. Have your own. If you can have your own, you'll always be in a good position. If you keep that, you get a home early, ain't nobody can ever take you or cut you out of any motherfucking thing. Facts.
And as a father, that's good information.
Till they get married.
But exactly. And so
now, even if you get married, keep that. Even as if something happened, if you're on a financial basis, rent it out, that's more financial stability to your family, your household, right? Yeah. But if something happened, you can move back into that bitch anytime you feel like it.
But see, a lot of men, they ain't gonna be comfortable with that. They want their wife to be dependent on them. They don't want no extras. They don't want to know about no extra bank account. I mean, hell, my ex used to get mad at me if I was taking side freelance jobs, just doing makeup. And I'm thinking, like, why would you be mad? You saving up? Oh, what? Because your actions, you think that I'm saving up to leave. I don't got to save up to leave. Nigga, I'm the next page. I can move into a mansion right now if I want to. So I'm saying, like, I mean, I'm just gonna keep it real. Like, if I want to be up under somebody's thumb, I can play the role just like I play the role.
Right.
My goal was to not do that. That was the point of getting married, to not do that.
Yeah, I
and some people look at you like, oh, well, you're a gold digger. Where is the gold, baby? I'm tired of these niggas calling people gold diggers when they ain't got no gold. You got to have the gold first. You gotta have the gold. And my niggas, you ain't got the gold, you can't call nobody a gold digger.
Right.
Because you don't know what
I would never want my queen. I wouldn't want nobody around me not to have no gold or build up. I don't give a damn if you got bronze, silver, gold, whatever that is, but you're gonna have something to be moving towards.
When they start doing wrong, that's when they don't. Now if they was, they doing right, but when they doing wrong, it's like, oh, let me cut off all avenues for you to leave.
Right, exactly.
Like, don't you know you can leave? I can leave with the clothes. I can leave with the clothes on my back and be on a yacht in 2 weeks. That's it. So my confidence is there. It's about confidence.
You can leave with half of that anyway if it's a divorce.
Yeah, a lot of times look.
If there's something to leave with, I mean,
it's gonna take some time, but you're gonna get it.
A lot of times they don't even look. I'm just gonna keep it real. I didn't walk away with nothing when I got divorced, and it was cool because we really didn't start nothing. So, but my point is this: if you want to actually deal with somebody, you want to grow with somebody, and you make it clear that we're gonna do X, Y, Z. Somebody faltered on that plan, so whoever faltered on that plan is gonna be on alert. They're gonna be on alert all the time because they're thinking like, you're looking for the next best thing. When you can just humble yourself and do the work. That's the problem. You don't want to humble yourself and do the work. And that goes for females too.
And
you have to humble yourself and do the work.
Big Red, sometimes you have to check somebody and bring them back to where they need to be. And it's okay. Mm-hmm. But if your partner feel like they're the victim, they're going to buck. So we have to really communicate in a way that you can attach to that person and be like, look, we said we was going to do this X, Y, and Z. However that's going to be, that's not happening right now. So how are we going to get this back to where this is supposed to be? But you said, and throw the ball back in that court because, motherfucker, you said that. We going to get it or you're not going to get it? Which is it?
Exactly right. All right. Let's segue from that. Let's get to our main thing for the day. Today's actual main topic of the day was who has it harder in the dating world, men or women? And we're gonna let Chris go first on this subject, then Alexa.
Okay.
Chris, who has it harder in the dating world, men or women?
When you say
and be honest,
harder in the dating world, men or women, and an argument can be made, right, that either have it harder. But from my experience, I would just say that women have it harder. But what makes it harder for either responding a match for what you really want, what you're looking for in dating, it comes down to a lot of things, like where you are right here, right now, hurt, pain. We talk about expectations, right? Talk about the opportunists, the liars, the spitting game per people. Trust. We talk about sexual compatibility. Because you're not gonna have anybody in your space. You might care the hell about. They might be a good motherfucker, but if you can't satisfy you or learn you, that ain't gonna work. We talk about sexuality and gender in this day and age. You got race, you got religion, education standards, class status. Have somebody been married before, they divorced, or you in a separation type of situation? Your children, your family situations, a recent breakup, you got a heartbreak you carrying on your shoulder, and you did your all. You know, and a lot of us are entrepreneurs, right? So we got work, business, I songwrite, artist, your scheduling, your time, your communication, you got consistency, effort, love languages, somebody's empathy or lack of emotion, somebody got no vision, somebody got no future. You know, you could be viewed as something to do, entertainment. Most times as men, we are logical, women are more emotional. So there's a connection, discord there. It's a lot with that, bro. Like, you know, we don't necessarily want to express how we really feeling, so it comes out in anger or we lash out. When women want to see kind of a balance, like, you know, can you take control sometime? Can you lay back? Can you, you know, what do you want to see? It's about expectations. So I'm gonna throw that out there like that. And but I really like women have it worse because like women can get sex, but men can get sex, but where's that? It's just a whole bunch in between that's a void. Does that make sense?
So yeah, I mean, I hear everything you're saying. But your final answer is women have it harder. Is that correct?
I think they have it harder because they're the ones really being pushed towards the white picket fence, the kids, this, that, and the third, blah, 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 blah. Whereas as men, we ain't got to commit to none of that shit. We can get into you, but we ain't got to do none of that shit. So there has to be some type of ground where we can work on things and we can get to that when we're ready as individuals and couples together. There's an individual path for who we are, but there's a relationship path as well. Does that make sense?
Makes sense.
Okay.
All right. Alexa?
Oh, Lord. I'm going to say this. Look,
in a compact manner, let's give you your answer.
Okay.
I know you can do this for 5 hours.
Definitely women. And I'll say that because women are still in Oz. They haven't came back to Kansas. And I try to encourage as many women as I can leave Oz and realize that at the end of the day, there's no such thing as dating. Okay. There's no such thing as dating. If you go on any strip mall right now, you go on any strip mall and you knock on every one of them damn doors, every food place, every nail place, and get an application, okay? Get a job application. And I want you to scroll down on that application to the part where it says your status. You're going to see two things: married or single. Show me an application that says dating. You won't find one.
What?
No. You will not find a job application that says dating. You know why? Because dating is a fairy tale. It's the idea that you are.
That one to me.
It's the idea that you are committed without committing. The truth is, the Western world, this Western world, they date. But the truth is, the rest of the world know what it really is. You're married or you're single. And honestly, nobody can even cheat on you. If you're dating, you can't even be cheated on because there's no contract. Now, somebody can hurt your feelings. They can lie. They can mislead you. But if you are not engaged or engaged to be married or married, you're single. I don't care how much you love somebody. You can fall in love with somebody, but you're single. And you just got to accept the fact that you are single. And I'm speaking from experience. I done fell in love with people and been like, oh, you cheated on me. But the truth is, I have to take a step back and say, this nigga couldn't cheat on me. we ain't got no dang agreement.
It's Allen Iverson. It's practice.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Until you make it known that you want to marry somebody, you are both single. Dating is invented. Now, if you want to be monogamous with somebody and you trust that they're going to be monogamous, then hey, hopefully it works out. But until you can show me dating on a job application, it's going to remain a fairy tale. There's no such thing as dating. You're married or you're single. And that's my answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to strongly disagree with that. The word dating does exist. There's a reason why there's dating apps. Reason why people date online and date in person to find out if they are qualified to eventually get married.
Get your shit off.
I can't agree with the.
I mean, it exists, but it's not valid.
It is very valid because that's how people meet each other to get married, is through dating. At least over here now, in the last 2000, I'll say less 70 years or so. That is a new concept. I will give you that, because dating didn't really exist. They had another word for it. Pitch and woo. They had another word. You heard that phrase before?
Yes, I have. But the thing is, though, when you date, you got to realize you're dating. That means that person can date anybody they want.
They can.
Until they pick somebody that they're engaged to, you don't got no rights on them.
Okay.
You don't got no rights on them.
No, if y'all agree on that and say we're dating and we're going to be monogamous between each other, you have rights on that. You can cheat in marriage. There's nothing in there that says you can't cheat. You can file divorce based off of infidelity. But
you can't cheat in marriage. That's grounds for divorce.
You can cheat all. That's if you want it that way. That's if you don't agree with that.
But I'm saying there's a contract.
Like there's people. Hey, there's people that have relationships and have open marriages, and still can go. And if they disagree, all of a sudden, I don't want an open marriage anymore. That's because they can change that grounds within the marriage. If Will Smith cheats on Jada Pinkett, all of a sudden they say, "Hey, I don't want an open marriage no more. I want to change it within there." They don't go and grab a piece of paper and say, "Let's change the wording into the paperwork for being married." They agree on that verbally, and then if something happens where it's not an open marriage, they can file for infidelity within the marriage. But it's not like they lose money or something just based off of that. They agree on that beforehand. The law for divorce, it can happen, but that's something still two people agree on. That's not something written within any paperwork.
Well, it's still contract, even if it's a verbal contract.
It's not a contract where it's broken just because of that, though. You have to file for divorce for that to happen and agree to file for divorce. You can continue cheating and the marriage can continue the whole time. The same way with a relationship. You can continue cheating, the relationship can keep going, or you can cheat and the relationship can break apart. Same thing with dating. The only thing with this is, the thing is, there were no, you know why there were marriage certificates even printing up in the first place?
For the state to be in your business, basically.
No, that wasn't the reason it was done. The reason it was done was to track interracial relationships.
Yeah, I heard
like Jack Johnson, the first black heavyweight champion of all time, who was involved illegally, married to a white woman. That was one of the reasons why now you have to pay and have certificates for marriage. That wasn't always the case, but that times have changed with that. And like I said, dating was not always a thing. In other societies, like I mentioned earlier, pitch and woo, making your case or whatever, you go talk to the father or whatever until you give out your case, your evidence for being a good husband, And he would just say, okay, I think you're a good man for my daughter. And you had no choice but to go with him. But, you know, since the feminist movement has came up, women have more rights and have more choice in what they can do now.
You going to blame that on the feminist movement, or how about just advancement?
Men did, but that's the feminist movement.
So you don't think a woman should have a choice of her destiny?
I didn't say no. Now you put words in my mouth. The feminist movement is the reason why there is dating now. Men didn't care about dating. Would you think the guy would rather go through the path of least resistance and just say, hey, father, this is me. I'm a good guy. Give me your daughter. They'd rather do that than go through dating. When women got more rights in what they had to say, then dating came about. I'm not saying I agree with it or disagree with it or whatever, but that's the reality. That's what really happened. That's history. Women had more rights to pick who they want to be with and other rights in other aspects. And so now they're like, well, you're going to actually have to date me to convince me to be married to you. Not saying there's nothing wrong with it. That's great. I'm just saying that's what happened. If it wasn't like that, then it would happen the old way where you just go to the father and the father be like, you're a good pick. You're going to go with him. You have no choice in the matter. They do that in other countries still. Not the United States. I don't agree with that. Just saying.
That's crazy.
That's what happened. That's what happened with time. But I didn't even get to go with my answer yet. But my answer would be, as far as dating is concerned, I would say men have it worse. And I would say because men have to have a lot more. And I'm not talking about the end game all the way to marriage. I can go through the steps, but to begin with, to get your foot in the door, as we were talking with earlier, to get your foot in the door, let's start with that. I think men have it harder for that.
Yes.
I think, let's just say you had one guy here and a woman on this side. This woman, like I say, I'm just talking about the beginning steps of going on a date or just having sex. Let's just go with that. No, let's just say go on a date. If a guy had 100 women DM him right now, I'm talking about a young guy, teenager, 20s, whatever, DM him and say, I would like to go on a date with you or do more with you, he would probably agree to most of those. I say 90 to 100% of those. On the other end, if a woman had 100 guys trying to get with her, she would be a little bit more picky with that. And not saying that's wrong with that, because she doesn't want just anybody messing with her. She doesn't want to be settled down with just anybody. She don't want to have sex with just anybody. She don't want to have a kid with just anybody. So she's going to be a little bit more picky. She has different reasons why she wants to go on a date than the guy does. The young guy may just want to get his rocks off, or he may just want to date every last one of those women. So they have an easier chance of getting with him versus female. If she values herself, she's going to pick and choose and like, well, what quality he's had, what quality does he have? Or it may be just sex with her, but she's only going to choose one of those 100. So the success rate is going to be different just to start off with. Then guys also too, even so being so as you're a little bit younger, you're probably not going to think in terms of trying to even get married in your 20s. Now, I'm not saying every woman does, but a lot of women do. A majority of women want a fairy tale or want to be married at some point. She's still going to filter who she wants to go through. Like, okay, for example, I know women do like a good-looking guy, but I don't think that's the first thing on their list. But if we do go for the physical, what is one of the things that women do want from a guy that, for the physical standpoint? They want a guy that is not short. The average height in this country is 5'9" for a guy. The average height, based on these statistics here, that 73% of women would like their guy to be 5'9" and taller. This is a statistic done by GQ magazine. Now, we can't change our height. That is genetic. Once our height, 5'8", 6'2", whatever, we're done. We can't do anything to it. women, if we desire for them to have a certain body, whether it be 200 pounds, 300 pounds, or 150 pounds, that's something that can always change. So if a woman wants to work her way to a desirable body size to pick up more men, she can do that. We're already out the game once we're not 5'9", if we're shorter than, there's nothing we can do about that. Also, economic wise, a guy really doesn't care how much money you make. For most guys, if a guy, let's say if a guy's successful, is making pretty good money, if you're homeless, that's not gonna matter to a guy. You're like, I'll take you in or whatever. You're good. If a guy is homeless and a woman wants to be with him, that's probably going to turn her away. So that's already going to cut down on that on top of that. The girl's not going to want to be mostly with a homeless guy or a guy that's not inspired to do anything. Economically, he's out the window. It's not the same thing if a woman has no aspirations to do anything or has no job or anything. This is just the beginning stages when it comes to just dating, getting your foot in the door. If you have intent, if both of y'all have intent to get married, more women would prefer that you're at least making some money or making a good amount of money if y'all going to be together. If you're going to be equal partners, I think women would more desire that than if you're just not doing anything with your life. On the other end, most guys don't care if you're equal partners or not, unless you're a person that happens to be a gold digger. And I hate that term has been misused, where now people are conflating gold digger with someone who's just being supported. Gold digger came about, I think, like in the 90s or early 2000s, when they started making songs about gold diggers. A gold digger is not the same type of person as someone who is just supported. A gold digger is somebody who goes above and beyond, wanting what you cannot afford, or wanting you only for what you can afford and for nothing else. Now, because if that's the case, you would say every female in the history before they were able to go to work or before they were able to be equal on the job front was a gold digger. No, they were just being supported by their husband. They weren't gold diggers. They're gold diggers if that's all they want from you, or they excessively want financial gains from you. That's conflating the two. They're not the same. But again, what I'm saying is the way we view getting into a marriage and the end game for marriage for men and women are different. I think it changes as we get older. Women, I think, mature faster when it comes to what they want out of a marriage first than guys. Guys catch up a little bit later in their 30s and 40s. Then they catch up for what the women wanted in their 20s or so. I think that's the misrepresentation between the two genders. So if there is a problem, I guess, with dating, I would say for the end game for women, they can't reach it at probably the same age as guys want at their age. If a girl is 25 and a guy's 25, they probably don't have the same end goals. But if a girl 25 dates a guy 40-year-old, they'll probably have the same goals in mind. I don't think that's a problem for them at all.
Right.
But I'll finish with that. I'll finish with my other point, but I got some other things to say. But if y'all got any rebuttals to that?
Bro.
What's up?
Listen, man. That's why I love this show. Because your perspectives be real as a motherfucker. And I don't see how anybody can recant that or dispute or any of that. You know what I mean? This is what this show is for. I appreciate that. And what you said, wow. I had some of those aspects, but when I was still waiting against some of the women's shit, I was like, damn, they got it harder. But then I was like, ooh, Red fighting hard, bro. Yo, he telling oh my God, he's telling the truth. But in a lot of conversations I've had with this, I think you may have said it in the most purest form. And Alexa has said some things in the most purest form. So I'm trying to figure, I know who I am as an individual on a transparency basis, and I want shit to work. I want things to be how it's supposed to be. But I don't think either one of us want to be a pinata in a relationship, right?
Is it right?
We do not want to be the pinata in a relationship. But how can she raise the elevation to where as though she don't feel like she's being taken advantage of, or you just using her, or you just whatever, and vice versa, when you really could be doing some things together. But I still think that comes to the mental functionality. Like when you heal, you have a chance to heal before you get into another relationship, or when you have a chance to be around other people who are doing this shit. They've been there, done that, everything that we probably been through, and they elevating. These are the people that I want to connect with to give us that guidance, give us some understanding of what all this is really about. But at the end of the day, what I really found outside of modeling or taking information from other couples or individuals is sometimes it's all in us, bro.
Right.
But like I said, it's all in us. Like we really have to just take that woosah moment, and no matter how many days it takes us to go on the inside, to meditate and get what we need, that answer coming. That I do know.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the things that we need to focus on, because this society, this colonizer society has taught us to be brutal to our people. It's taught us to be, not to look on the inside. Taught us not to trust our intuition. Not to trust our vibe. And we've been the most amazing people on this earth when it comes to something like that and creativity. But they done snatched and took all that away. So all the stuff that they created for us to be confused, I'm going to take some responsibility on myself to pull that back together as well.
Chris. Okay, go ahead. You still have something to say?
No, I'm done. Thank you, bro.
Well, I was gonna say, I think the biggest problem that has happened over the last almost half a century, and maybe a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Both sides,
yes, sir,
have a problem with this. And I've talked to enough old people, enough people that have been, married 40 some odd years or whatever, and I ask them, this simple question, like, do you understand your wife? And to ask the wife, do you understand your husband? Most of the time, the answer is no. The problem here, I think most people have, is there. Do you understand, Chris and Alexa? Do you understand why doesn't a cat bark? Can you tell me?
I gotta tell you, but it's simple.
Is it's a cat?
It's not supposed to, right? Cat's supposed to meow, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dog is supposed to bark. A dog's nature is to protect his owner. The cat's nature is just kind of lay around and let you pet it, right? So I say that because I think the biggest problem between men and women is we don't understand each other's nature, and we keep trying to dig and figure out why that nature is why it is. I don't know why gravity does the reasons it does. I don't know why it keeps us on Earth. I know why. I know what it does.
Bullshit.
You're right. I know what it does. I understand it, but I can't dig into why it's here unless I just want to say, well, God created it. The same thing with women.
Well,
women
man created that shit.
Huh?
man created gravity. I don't think it exists.
Oh,
You don't
shit.
think it exists?
Then jump
No,
off
no,
the
no.
building.
Yeah, look, I mean, we're gonna get back to that real quick. I'm sorry,
Yeah, but my
it's-
point is everything has a nature to it. Pretty much everything has a nature to it. I think people do too much digging trying to figure out why the nature is instead of understanding what the nature is. And people try too hard to also change the nature of things. I'm guilty of that as well. I don't need to understand everything why a woman thinks the way she does. I need to understand what she thinks about certain things, how, but not exactly how she thinks about it. Like most women are nurturers. I'm not going to go and dig into why she's a nurturer and go into the scientific reasons. I can, but it's pointless. I need to know how she thinks, not why she thinks that way. And
but on an individual basis.
Huh?
On an individual basis, because every woman don't think the same.
Exactly.
But this, for the most part, we're talking about for the most part.
And you said something earlier. As a matter of fact, because I'm thinking about, you said like most women, they like tall guys. They want them to have this or have that. And I'm thinking like, you know what? The one time I actually did get married, I took my ex-husband in. And actually, to be honest, he's not my type physically. So, the thing is, everyone's different. The reason why I was attracted to the hope of us building something together. Originally, no, not my type physically. I'm just gonna keep it real. It wasn't. You can look at everybody I dated before and after. It wasn't my type. So there you go. And at that time, he had to move in with me. So it was really like, me going with my gut. And yeah, everything went crashing, burning down. But I actually went and changed the thing because I would not have my son right now.
Right.
I wouldn't have my son. So
what I said about the 5'9" thing, I said that's to get your foot in the door. That's not long-term reason why you with somebody, but that's at least to get your foot in the door. Same reason I would say if a woman had her breasts hanging out, stuff like that, that's to get the foot in the door. That's not necessary to keep the person. But again, to go back to what I was saying, again, I think we don't understand each other's nature. We keep trying to make each other think the same way. But men and women think differently.
Right.
And if we keep thinking that we think the same, that's the problem. We keep thinking we think the same. Or why don't you think like me? That you're going to be banging your head on the wall for the rest of your life trying to think about that. No one, I'm telling you, people from the beginning of time have been trying to figure this out. You're never going to figure it out. You just need to understand her nature and you need to understand his nature. The same way you understand a dog barks and protects, same reason you understand a cat meows and just going to lay around to get rubbed. They have two different natures. They're both animals, but they have two different natures. And if you look at it that way, I think a lot of relationships will work out better if you just try to understand the nature, not why they're doing that way. Because you're going to stress yourself out trying to think that way. And that, to me, that's the biggest reasons I think why most, not even marriages, just relationships don't work out, because you're constantly trying to figure out, why isn't she thinking like me? Why isn't he thinking like me? I think that's the biggest reason why people have problems.
So, hey, Big Red and Alexa, help me out, because I know what this word is. It's in my head, but I can't think of what the word is right now. I have been a victim of this word, right? And I think this will help a lot of people who are going to watch this podcast. It's not possibility. It's not.
Explain the meaning.
Okay. When you project on somebody, or you see some good quality of character in somebody, although they're presenting opposite qualities, right? It's called something else. and I can't think of it. I know it starts with a P.
Probability.
Probability. It's another word. You're dating somebody, right? And they have some good aspects.
Potential.
You'd be like, potential. Thank you, Mama.
Okay.
I have potential is deadly, not only to your relationship with that individual. Potential is just deadly in many aspects, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically, because you gave a quality or something to somebody who was not able to carry that thing out. And that has blown me up several times. And I want to go back to sometimes some people have manipulation. They have the gift of gab. And they sometimes people on purpose want to make the situation seem worse than what the situation is, because I was raised, it was just always in my heart, I'm a nurturer, I'm a supporter, I'm a go-getter. I'm going to run and go get that person to try to elevate, to do better, to learn this, to learn that. But their end game in the whole situation is to not come together and support we. They're going to latch onto you and do what they have to do to support themselves, to get themselves out of that situation. And then after that situation is gone, capital F, you, exclamation mark.
Right.
Right? I've dealt with that once or twice in my life. Then I had to learn. Alexa, thank you for bringing that because I was trying to figure it out in my head, like, what word is that?
Oh, trust me, I know it. I lived it. I done accepted a lot of blank checks. That's all I gotta say in my life. So I know you give somebody a chance on potential, you're rolling the dice every time.
Shoo!
Every time you're rolling the dice.
Big Red, what's your experiences on that? Have you had an experience, bro?
And we don't have enough time for me to go through all that. Potential.
Everybody has.
Yes,
everybody has.
That's deadly, right?
Everybody has.
It is, if I guess you set your expectations too high, to I guess ungodly amounts, where you think that person shouldn't make a mistake, because as soon as that person makes that mistake, and you take that glow, that aura off of them, and you just fall out of love with them, then that's a potential to ruin you. Also, besides just them, that could ruin you, because you'll never get that same feeling you had back. If you know, it's the same feeling, I guess, when you get with somebody, the honeymoon phase. Mm-hmm. Probably everybody has that feeling, I guess, in the honeymoon phase. It's like, oh, this person just can do no wrong in my eyes. And then you're with them long enough and you start to see some of their faults. Then that's when it's incumbent upon you to be able to work through those things. Is that going to be a deal breaker? Oh man, I didn't know this person snored at night. I didn't know.
Do you snore in?
Right.
You said that quick.
Yeah.
You said that like it was personal.
Yeah. He know.
No comment.
He know.
No comment.
But you can set the bar low. And that,
say what now?
You can set the bar low, and that motherfucker will go under there.
Right.
like it's how low can you go?
Yeah, but that's the thing is what you're willing to work through, you know, because no one expects to go in a relationship and the person is bad with money or the person is doing crack, you know.
Right. Yo,
are you willing to work through a crack addiction?
It's all good. It's all
right.
good.
You start off dating her and she's lotioned up and shiny, and then all of a sudden she's ashy because of crack. Nobody goes into a relationship thinking that. But how important is that person for you to work through that crack addiction? It's happened.
I'm sorry, I'm not working through no crack. I'm sorry.
No, we're not talking about the other part. But
that's not my ministry. That's not my ministry.
Well, how much do you value that person? If you value somebody hard enough, would you not work through a crack addiction? Or some sort of drug, alcoholism, anything?
Not if I met them on crack. I'm sorry. That's not.
No,
that's
not
my
like
ministry. That's not my ministry.
I did not do that because that person took so much away from me. I couldn't do that.
You mean be with somebody on crack? Is that what you're talking about?
I didn't like
or drugs.
I didn't know at the time that they was on coke. They was on crack. Well, no, you know what? I ain't gonna step here and lie. I tell y'all, her and her girlfriend, her and like 4 or 5 of her girlfriends, she's due maybe on a Friday week from a work day. But by the time that we was in a relationship, and the one night that we was at my house, and we was playing cards, and people came and left and all that shit like that. So with somebody, when I woke up the next morning, I'm thinking, okay, she might have went out to go get some groceries. She gonna bring it back to the house because we had a house full of people, right? Thinking she gonna come back. I can get up, we can cook breakfast. Everybody's good, whatever like that. But that ain't what she left and took. When she left, she took my car. And she never returned. She took about maybe $400. That ain't amongst the people. But I don't give a shit about that. Like, motherfucker, you could have asked me for something. We never had that relationship that you couldn't have what you have.
Right.
But you went in the middle of the night when everybody was drunk. We sleep. You took my car and you drove somewhere to get some crack. And you spent the $400. How am I supposed to feel about that shit?
That's a lot of crack.
You gonna run and hide?
Were you two long term together, or that was like early stages of your dating?
That was like the 9th month into our relationship.
Okay, well, I understand that. Yeah.
I did not know.
I get that.
That shit was that because they was all nurses, and we used to go out together.
Oh wow!
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, this shit was. It wasn't like somehow you got on that shit and you just took it overboard that night. So how long you been on this shit? So she just disappeared, but because she didn't want to pay. Because, bro, you talking about she's about to be executed.
Damn.
Shit.
I'm just saying. Like,
see, you were 9 months into it and you didn't know. But I'm talking about if I meet somebody and I know from the day, like I need you to work on that. We already gonna have enough problems. we don't need we don't need no extra. Yeah, go ahead, go through therapy, whatever. Yeah.
What if this is actually for both of y'all? If y'all were married 5 years in and then the person developed a drug addiction, is that an end all, or are you going to work through that?
No, because obviously it developed while you were together.
Right.
So as a partner, you got to take some type of responsibility in that, because it's like, what was you saying while it was developing?
Right.
Did you watch this person just spiral downward for years? And now all of a sudden why are you doing that? You know damn well, so you got to keep it real.
Or some people are doing it and, they go through therapy to get out of it, and then they just relapse. And it may happen to fall while they're with you. And what happens sometimes is some people use their mate as their drug. and they put too much emphasis in the relationship, and if that goes bad, then they end up going back to the drug, actual drug. That can happen as well too.
That's real. That's real shit, Red. And
premarital counseling. That's why you got to go to premarital counseling.
Well, see,
but if there was
when I was talking
to alarm you on that, and it happens, I would just say that the only thing you can do if you want to keep it together is to counsel. But I would also say that the emotional and financial deposit into that situation, especially if this is new to them, get out of it. Reason being, because this is new territory for them. It's an addiction. They're never gonna get out. Now, if somebody that you met prior who's been into this shit may have a way, or you know what, I done this shit enough. I love my lady. I love my man too much. I love my kids. I ain't doing this shit no more. But it has to be not only a mental, physical, and spiritual line that you put in front of you. You have to live by that shit. And for me, in my life, once I put the accountability on myself and know who I'm presenting this forward to, and this is even in mentoring, that parents or the child or whoever teenager who is not willing to commit to a contract to say that you're going to do these steps or these things, about to leave. Don't waste my time. I could be helping somebody else. I could be loving somebody else. Don't waste my goddamn time. So that much I would say tonight on Hostile Therapy Podcast.
And you got to be willing to lead. That's the thing.
Fuck out of here. You can lead, but
I mean, a man has to be willing to lead. Like, you can't be the man of the house all this time, and then now, you know, the woman you wake up going through some issues, and you just want to have issues too. Lead, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Go ahead and lead. To be honest with you, I've only dated one person, and to this day, I still got respect for that person. I've only dated one person who actually went through, and it wasn't my ex-husband. It was actually a boyfriend. I only dated one person that actually stood up on 10 toes down, like, look, we're not about to do this, you know, straight up. And I'm gonna keep it real. Me, when I start getting unhappy and sad and depressed, I start turning up. I start turning up. I'm keeping it real. That's what I do. I turn up. So when I want to start going out and you know, extra times a month and literally just like, you know, because it's like it's fun. I was the person that was just like, nah. You know, taking all the alcohol out the house. You're not gonna drink. You're not gonna turn up. No friends coming over. You know, what do you want to do? You want to go to eat at a restaurant? You want to? And it literally pissed me off at first, but then I realized, like,
that was real.
This person really is like, I'm not finna watch you spiral out of control. You know, I'm not finna watch you spiral out of control.
They had to learn too that they can't do shit to make you spiral out of control. Like, it's a mutual.
It's a two-way thing.
Two-way street.
Right. Okay. But they was willing to do both. And that's why I say, you know, I gave respect where respect is due. No, it didn't work out. You know, it was an early relationship. But my point is, I never forget that that's what that looks like. Because it's rare. It's rare. And I'll never forget that this is what it looks like when somebody says, we don't do that over here. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't do that over here. Period. You know? I'm sorry for my part in it, but we're not gonna let this get worse and worse and worse and worse and worse.
Because it can get ugly.
It can get hideous.
Right.
It can get to the point where you just want to who can hurt each other the most. You know what I'm saying? When it gets to that point, it's like
it's always going to be two people's fault on that. When in a relationship, you can never say it's just one person's fault, right?
It's always
it's either Now, she could have done all the bad things. He could have done all the bad things, but you still chose her. You still made the bad decision, choose her. And I'll say something my dad always told me. You know, when you get older, you might be able to reflect on it and understand it more. No one makes you mad. Only you make yourself mad. No one can make you mad. You are in control of your own emotions and your own anger. If you swing at somebody, or if you curse somebody out, it's because you let that get to you. That's why. You can't blame nobody else because guess what? If you go to if you go to court and you kill your wife, they're not going to say, well, she made me mad. No, you're going to prison because you're responsible for your own action. If you hit him, you can't say, oh, well, he made me. No, you're responsible for your own actions and you're going to get this sentence. It's the same thing in life.
Yeah.
You have to be in control of your own self, your own destiny. You can't let somebody else control you.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to be in tune with what makes you mad. And that's, to me, that's something you got to work on.
Yeah.
So if these things are trigger words for you, then you need to work on not be a trigger word for you. And so that person can't control you.
Right.
You got to be able to control your own self. So that's what I say to that. I believe that's very true, that no one makes you upset. Only you makes, because someone can say certain words to you when you're 5 years old that'll piss you off. And then they don't bother you when you're 8 and when you're grown. Did the word change or you grew some resistance to it?
Right.
You grew some resistance to it.
Mm-hmm.
So you are in control of what makes you angry. That's what. Did Chris disappear?
I know, right?
I was like, did he knock his camera off?
He didn't like this. He didn't like the subject. No.
Chris,
no,
man.
You're right, though. You're right. You can't let people get to you like that. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm guilty as damn charged. Because when I know when somebody want to tit for tat with me, I'll be with the shit. I'll be with it. It would take that person. Usually, that person has to be the bigger person. That person has to be the bigger person. But I will keep it real. What checks me, and what melts me is if somebody tries to like kill me with kindness, because I can't resist that. Like when I want to go back and forth, like, oh, you know, one up, we're going back and forth and shit. If somebody
so nice. I
like somebody like if somebody be like, listen, you're just hurt and I love you. Oh, this motherfucker. Ooh, it makes me so mad, but it's like I can't respond. Because I be like,
yo, but it's crazy, Alexa, because look, I had Ray mentioned something earlier in the podcast. So like maybe we first came on and he was talking about somebody having damn, what is that now? Why am I getting absent-minded? They were bipolar. They never had the diagnosis that they were bipolar, but we was in a relationship. Like we could be doing some amazing shit. Then all of a sudden it was like damn Carrie from The Exorcist. And she be on some others. And I was like, whoa.
Good. What happened?
What's going on?
Oh, we having a good time.
What?
Oh,
it was like we was watching a movie and you said that. Oh, so you trying to fuck a bitch? Like,
you want to F that bitch in the movie, don't you?
Yeah, like, yo.
Why are you laughing so hard at her? You think she funnier than me? Then she sound like what part of that is funny?
I tell you shit every day. I was like, Mom, what the hell is going on?
I seen you LOLing all on that bitch's page.
Right. Love, hashtag, look, hearts and all that.
Oh, it was live out loud, not laugh out loud. Live out loud.
All the heart emojis. Yo, heart emoji, yeah. Heart emoji.
You want to marry a bitch?
Crazy to me. Like, yo, seriously, like, yo, you need to get your shit in check. And I'm gonna tell you the story real quick.
Go ahead.
There was a company that sought me out years ago, and they really sought me out because I disregarded them. I said, nah, if I'm going to move to your area in DC, I need a living wage. I need this, that. Like where I'm at right now, this is what this is. To come up there, I'm going to need this because of X, Y, and Z. I need to live. So we was going back and forth with letters and communications and conversations. And one night I came back to the crib, man, and she didn't believe that this was like maybe 7:30. I shouldn't have started drinking early before then. But when they called, they was like, hey, we're gonna come out with a counter offer. Yeah, we want to do this with you. And she was in the background like, who the fuck, what motherfucking bitch you talking to right now?
Whoa.
And I was like, yo, I said, can I want to take the call, but can I get off, can I talk to you? Can I talk? And they was like, okay, yeah. So, and that's why I said this is kind of God related, or I would say this is universe related. Even when I tried to put the shit on mute, it didn't mute.
Whoa.
This was just showing how toxic the relationship was, or who she was as an individual. And she was trying to put hands on me. I'm talking about, when you talk about arguing to the nth degree, like, nah, nigga, you ain't gonna do X, Y, and Z while I'm here and you talking to a bitch while we on the line, nigga, you on the line and this and that, blah, 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 blah. Like, yo, you gonna die tonight.
Damn, she went that deep.
Whoa.
So, this is the shit that I'm talking about. Like, so, and I was like, yo, chill. This is an interview.
Right.
She like, fucking interview you talking about. You want an interview to fuck? Nigga.
Oh, she didn't say that.
Like,
no, she didn't say that.
See, one thing about money, look, I'm off the chain, but I'm not finna mess up $1.
She ain't say that.
I ain't finna mess up $1. Okay.
In her mind, she just thought that, yo, no, this can't be nobody. Some bitch calling him from somewhere. Blah, 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 blah.
What did he put on the job description? Single or married?
Exactly.
So, and that was the whole fucking shit. Like, yo, dog, like, chill. Let me get this interview. 77,000 per year. They done increased it from 63 to 77. And she bugging the fuck out.
I was in some real Ike and Tina shit, and I didn't mess up the money.
Chris, did you put the job, man? I gotta know.
Hey, Red, that let me know that
the bills gotta be paid.
Let me know how
the bills gotta be paid.
Mine
period.
Thought about me,
right?
Not when she was regular, but when she got in that mindset, what that thought about me. I said, I got to go, but when I got her to chill, it was like 8 minutes later.
She was as sweet as could be, could she?
It was too late.
Sweet as she could be, but it was too late because the lady back online was like, we're not really hiring anybody who have these type of issues and things and this and that, blah, blah, blah. And that closed the door. And I held that shit against her. And I really did. I held that shit against her, bro. Like, what the fuck? Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's a life changer type shit. And
I fully agree.
These, the motherfuckers, like, that was headhunter type shit. Like, coming to contact you. 3 times they elevated and raised the fucking salary. And this shit happened maybe about 8 years ago. But that's $77,000 8 years ago. How could I change my family's life? How could I have saved? How could I have done that shit in different areas to invest? You understand me? Because a motherfucker with some
as soon as she said something, you should have clicked. You should have hung up and act like it was a misconnection. As soon as she said the first word,
dude, I didn't even experience that job interview, and I'm mad. I felt like that's my money. She messed up.
I could never do it.
Yo, and that shit was on a Friday night about 7:30.
Imagine the opposite as a woman. As a woman, I'm the person that's trying to keep stuff going. Like this dude about to mess up his own money. I'm just like, listen, we're gonna put all this stuff aside. You're about to mess up your own money. No. But you're just so mad at me because you thought you was gonna be able to beat my ass. You thought you was gonna be able to beat my ass, and you got disappointed because you didn't know I hit hard and I hit back. Now you want me to go to jail? You shouldn't have tried to fight me.
Right.
It's a job interview getting
So at
big.
the end of the day, if we hitting each other,
shit, I said you might want to keep your job,
your neck, and your other mouth, and all the other shit. Like,
this dude called the police on me.
It's gonna be better than when we started.
How you jump on me and then call the police on me? And I'm like, right. I'm trying to keep you out of jail because you got this good at a job. I was like, no, just don't call. I said, listen, we're gonna separate because I'm like, we got a child. I was like, let's just separate. Keep your job. You just got this good job. No, you going to jail, bitch. I'm just like,
all right, nigga. All right.
You want me to go to jail so bad.
Priorities. That's how you keep priorities in line.
Yeah. I just said, listen, we gonna go our separate ways, but you need to keep this damn job. Nah, you going to jail, bitch. Okay. Cops came. You already know what happened. I had to go into acting mode. I went straight into acting mode, crying and rocking back and forth. I'm not going. I ain't going. Now somebody got to go, but it ain't gonna be me. Now I done hung up on these motherfuckers 3 times. I hung up 3 times. You kept calling back. She's still here. I even talked to 911. They're like, we need to know if we need to send somebody. I said, no, he just left the house. It's okay. I'm trying to stop him from coming. He's still in the background. Mm-hmm. No, she's still here. She's still here. You going to jail, bitch.
Oh, wow.
Cops came there, took his ass. I told you, I was like, I'm not going to jail.
Damn,
I'm trying to keep you to get this job, man. You're making $55 an hour. That's more than you ever made in your life. And I ain't going to work. My baby was young.
Mm-hmm. Somebody stay home and take care.
Yeah. So I'm just like, listen, if they come here.
Was he sipping or drinking or doing some shit, or he was just on pride?
We both were drinking. I ain't gonna lie, we both were drinking. Okay. But the truth is that I realized early on. I said this is gonna get bad. That's why I was just like, let me just whatever. But it was feeling itself, whatever. So long story short, I was just like, if somebody goes to jail, it's not going to be me. Now you can keep calling these motherfuckers back if you want to. Or we just sleep in different rooms. We can divorce, whatever we got to do. But I just need you to keep that job because I'm not going to work no time soon.
He wants you to sleep in the big house.
That's what he wanted. He wanted to sleep. And was bitter. And was bitter as hell because when the cops came, it's like all the money was in his pocket. Didn't leave one damn dollar. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, I got a baby that drinks milk. Like, I can't even get no damn Similac. So I'm just like, dude, leave me some money. You got $1,200 in your pocket? And then there was a lady cop that was pissed off because she was like, give her half of that money. Because, we both banged up. That's why I said it was some real Argentina stuff. You could see we was both banged up. So she was like, you need to leave her some money. And all the cops were trying to get him money. But he was like, no.
I'd have been like, yo, here, her, for real. And later on, if it came to some other shit, she'd have been like, nah, we good. Motherfuckers are so prideful and so hateful and evil sometimes that they don't even fucking get the detriment that they put themselves in.
I was just like, why would you do this?
Yeah.
I was like, I'll leave.
You hurt yourself more than you hurting her.
Yeah, I'll leave.
And the kid.
And you know what they did? Because he was pissed off because he wouldn't give me no money out of his pocket. Oh, don't go in my pocket. I know my rights. If you touch my pocket, I'm suing.
Just touch me, I'll sue.
3 cops was begging him, dude, come on. This is your wife. Leave her some money. Just leave her some money.
Just give her some money, man.
Leave her some money for milk. Nah, I ain't leaving that bitch shit. So I'm just like,
better breastfeed. I ain't living on nothing.
Well, I'm saying you did all that. Because he did that, they were so pissed off. I guess there's 2 ways you could check your money in. They checked it in some kind of way where you got to go all the way around the damn bush to get it back. They didn't check it in. Mm-hmm. They checked it in some kind of weird way. So I'm just saying, you got locked up for 1 week for no reason, and then when you got out, you couldn't even get your bread. I'm up here lying to your lying to your job every day, pretending like you got an accident on some boys trip. It's like, oh, he went out of town with his friends. I just think it was a bad accident. I'm just so scared. They call the next day. Have you heard anything? I feel like he's in the hospital. I haven't talked to him.
I feel like he's in the hospital.
Wow.
I did everything to keep that job, and he kept it.
It would have been great today. You could say he had COVID today. Like, oh, he's just quarantining for 2 weeks.
Man, 1 week. 1 week of lying. My acting skills did that. I'm just like hoping that they buy this shit I'm giving them. I'm just like, listen, I don't know. Somebody's critically injured. And you know how boys are. They had a big weekend away with the boys, and I think it's an accident. I'm just like,
oh, they would have said bring some medical documents in.
Lexa, I promise you, when, and I don't talk about this shit much, but people know that it happened. I had a DUI one time, and I was trying to get people to write letters and do certain shit so I'll be able to get to use, because I was using weekend time, but I was just trying to get certain shit. If I had to do a straight 10 days, I was trying to get my peoples to write a letter to do some shit that can happen, and it's not going to cost me my job. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
My significant other at the time, and I was.
She wouldn't do it. She wouldn't do it.
She wrote a letter on some other type of shit, man.
Oh Lord, she said.
But I can't even tell you what that shit said, man. But I was.
I'm guessing it was against you getting out early or not doing it.
At the same time, it's funny because it gave the opposite reaction. Although they didn't give me my 10 days for PTO time, vacation time, whatever that was. They didn't give me my 10 days. They said, no, we're not giving you 10 days, but you still have your job. So I had to sit still for a minute. Like,
it's better than nothing.
All right.
It was better than nothing. But then she told me why she did what she did.
Yeah, why she tried to sabotage you? It
made sense. Because had you gone the other way, based on the percentages of what people, some certain things that happen to people when you're in a political or a certain arena, it's been dire negative. It's been like, we ain't doing that shit and you lost your job, nigga. So until I actually looked and realized that, I looked at her sideways like, yo, straight up, when I get out this motherfucker, oh, we got problems. But
she got 10 days.
Yeah, she had 10 days to move.
Right. So that was the most hilarious thing to have when you talk about people who they helped you and presented you in the wrong light. But it seems like when you talk to people in upper epsilon shit, and it's just the most raw shit, not the covered up shit that we see on public TV every day, it works the opposite. But I was mad as a motherfucker for like, I don't know, 6-7 months. Like, yo, I can't believe you done that shit to me. I would have never done that shit to you, irregardless. So that was weird to me. So I'm just putting it out there, like, wow. Like,
you gotta know who you with.
It's people like that.
You gotta know who you with, because a lot of people think I'm off the chain, but the truth is, it's like I'll do more for them than the people who they think got their back.
Facts.
It might seem like I'm, like this, but honestly, I look at like even some of my friends I'm not friends with no more. I'm just like, y'all did me wrong. Like, I'm the one person who would have actually brought you some damn groceries.
Right.
Why you talking shit?
Like I said in the beginning.
And now you ain't got shit. Huh?
Well, it's just crazy because people think that because you're vocal or whatever, or you tell the truth, or you upfront that you got some kind of I don't like to keep stuff in. I like to get it out.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm saying. I don't like to harbor all this stuff, and that's with my friends, family, everybody. We have it out too. Yeah, I might cuss your ass the hell out, but guess what? The next day you can call them and say, "Hey, I need 3 eggs, or I need $10 so I can get some, gas money." I'm not gonna bring it up because we got it out. Because we already got it out. So it's like let it go.
It's hard to tell though. Sometimes beginning, like I said, like I mentioned in the early example, a lemon car. Just because it looked good in the beginning, don't mean it's gonna look good in the end. It might break down on you or make you break down.
That's real talk.
That's that lemon law.
Right.
The lemon law.
They need to have it. They need to have that for probably marriage.
They bring that before Congress again.
Actually, they got something like that. I guess the equivalent of that is a
prenup. That's pretty much what it is. A prenup.
Yeah. Well, yeah. To prevent you from getting hurt, I guess. Yeah.
My prenup gonna be 100 pages.
No snoring, no sneezing, no sexing, no sleazing, no cheating.
Don't do that.
It's gonna be an encyclopedia for Tanica.
Breathing off beat, you got to breathe to a Bismarcky beat.
Bullet points for you.
The bullet points
is too much to read because people are not gonna read that shit for real.
You ain't gotta read it, but you better sign it.
Yeah, you better study it and sign it.
Exactly.
All right, y'all. We're gonna wrap it up on that.
Oh my gosh, this is like the longest show ever we've ever done, huh?
Listen, this is a beautiful show.
It is. That's why I went through so seamlessly without any hiccups. Let's end it on a funny note, though.
All right.
I've made some accidents in my job before that could have got me fired, or I know they could have got me fired. Give me what y'all guys' thoughts is for what this guy would have said to his boss after this accident. So, guy with the yeah.
OMG.
What's the best excuse he could get for that?
I'm tired, boss.
For him not to get fired.
I'm hoping I'm 65, 68 right now. That I can go ahead and retire.
There ain't no excuse. No.
There's no excuse.
I was on the phone with my wife and I tried to put it on mute, but she was yelling in my ear and I couldn't concentrate.
So what you do this weekend?
Why?
So you're not gonna have no way to explain that, bro.
No, you can't. God forbid if he has to pay for all that.
Just say he had a stroke, or just say he stopped breathing. Something.
That might.
I couldn't breathe. I had no control of the vehicle.
It was like
that might work. He might say he had a stroke, but he's still gonna get let go.
Palpitations.
Right.
Yes,
like
sir.
A medical issue. That's all you can say.
Yeah.
He should have a heart attack after seeing that. Luckily he didn't die.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Absolutely.
Came down almost on top of him. That's like an avalanche. When you see avalanche coming down from a mountain.
Hopefully he got money off the video. Hopefully he got money off the video if he got fired.
Because he ain't working.
He didn't get that. That was somebody else's.
Yeah. All right. Appreciate y'all for doing the show again. Thanks, Chris Styles, for coming on the show, man.
Yes, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you, Mama. Thank you.
We have fun. I love this show.
Thank you, Alexa, for coming on the show again. Yeah.
Always. You already know. You know I'm down like 4 flat tires.
Yeah.
And thank you for the audience for joining us on another show of Hostile Therapy. Not because you want it, but because you need it. And we will see you next week, 7 o'clock, like we do always. So y'all have a good night.
Good night.